another edition of Ask Michael Eline. This is where I teach people the law in an unorthodox manner by using examples that we see in the news, case law briefs, but it's all about exposing the Leviathan and its instrumentalities and taking back your rights. Know the law and mean to keep it well. Come here to learn from an expert to know your right. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. All right. Hey, guys. How's it going? I am attorney Michael Eline. I am an attorney licensed in California and Texas, the great state of Texas. And I primarily do personal injury law, which includes fire cases where, let's say, California Edison allows a fire to occur. Let's say that a power pole has been eaten up by woodpeckers or has degraded over the years, or the rubber casing on a power line has degraded, and that has allowed a spark to ignite fires. And so tonight we're going to talk about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. We've had 4 years of this great experiment, which is actually illegal under civil rights law, where you favor one race or gender over another based upon some standard that some, I guess, college professor came up with. And now we're starting to see that none of this stuff works. It's basically a false religion. By the way, guys, hey, good seeing you, Cops, or 5150. Yeah, that's right. What's the matter? You, the great Leviathan. And that crazy Texas. What the heck? Those crazy right-wingers in Texas. Well, I'm a libertarian. I'm a recovering Democrat. I left. Chevy! Dude, Chevy, please reach out to me, man. My wife and I have been praying for you, dude. I heard that you have, well, anyways, I'm not going to get into it, but I'm glad you're all right. Wow. Man, I just got like a tingling sensation in my spine. Everybody pray for Chevy. He's a good friend of mine. He's a legit dude. He's all about the Chevy 350. Anyways, so, man, I just got totally sidetracked, man. I'm like, man, Chevy, I'm so happy you're all right, dude. I hate it when that cosmic energy gets disrupted. So, hey, Ant, what's going on? Hey, I don't know about that, Ant. That must be another dude. I guess I resemble that remark. So, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you guys. What do you guys think of the dual cam situation? So this is pretty much what I do. When I'm not in my regular office, I'm here in my war room, and I typically will listen to battle stories about the Marine Corps or the Navy SEALs or high-speed units like Delta, like the D-Boys, right? The unit, and I'll work. And so I wanted to show you guys, like, when I do my live streams in the daytime, when I'm working, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I won't actually share the confidential stuff that I do, but yes, I've been practicing law for a little over 20 years now, and I was a paralegal before that, and I'm a native Californian. I grew up in California before the Marxists took over and the goofballs like Gavin Newsom destroyed the state. And as you can see, everything that I told you about California is true now, right? So we're going to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is basically another form of cultural Marxism, which went from the bourgeois or money into basically gender or race, any way that the Marxists can separate or divide people based upon the false religion of what I call the false religion of Marxism. They'll use it because the idea is guys like Soros, Bill Gates, and all these guys will use these movements to divide us because they don't want us to come together as Americans. So that's my opinion. So Ann Passano, are you away from the fires? And good to hear from Chevy. Yeah, right. Yeah, man. I'm super happy that Chevy's all right. I don't even know if you're all right, bro. Hey, Kevin, good seeing you, Bironowski. Kevin Bironowski. And good seeing you. What's the matter, you? So give me a bunch of ones if you like the war room setup, or should I just go back to just like the single image of me? And I'll variate back and forth, but I thought you guys might like kind of seeing what I do, like seeing all my screens and all the stuff that I have to do in order to stay on top of things. So as a hobby, outside my job from suing wrongdoers is I'm all about natural law and your unalienable rights that are recognized by the Bill of Rights. And I comment on the fact that our government is supposed to be bound by the chains of the Constitution, and that our founding fathers universally despised democracy, where 51% could destroy the other 49%. And we see that's why they want to get rid of the Electoral College, because they know if they can flood our country with enough people who just want free stuff, they'll vote for the party that will give them free stuff, and that party will destroy you. And we see that's exactly what is happening in Los Angeles. And I got an email today. That's why I'm doing this show. I got an email from a buddy of mine who is a hardcore Democrat. He's now a libertarian like me, finally woke up. And he said, Mike, I can't believe this. I think that this whole DEI thing and this critical race theory thing is all about revenge against people with lighter colored skin. And they just got their revenge by emptying out our reservoirs, not allowing water to flow to the fire hydrants, and by hiring incompetent people and lowering physical standards. They made it possible for all these people who accumulated wealth over their lifetimes, whether it's generational or whether they're first-time wealth generators, to be destroyed. And you see that happening right now. I mean, these people lost everything. No matter how much insurance you have, you'll never be able to recover your Star Wars cards that you had in preschool or kindergarten. You'll never be able to recover those pictures of you and your mom and your dad. Thank God we were able to escape from the communist Marxist state of California. But I'm still licensed in California, and I'm living in exile, hoping that I can return someday. Once they have voter ID and they kick out all the illegal aliens, I think we might have a chance to restore liberty and freedom in California. But until then, I'll keep fighting for my native state of California, and that's what I'm doing right now. So looks like I've got so far people like but Kevin doesn't like it. Okay, Kevin doesn't like, so Kevin, I guess you like it better like this, right? So I took off the last couple of days because I've been burned out. And that's what happens when you work 18 hours a day and you go to, I made it to Powerhouse Gym today. So I got a great workout. There was this really attractive girl, and so it motivated me to work out hard. And by the way, it's, I love my wife, but there's nothing that motivates you to work out harder than when there's an attractive woman. It's just primordial. I don't get it. I didn't even look at her. I just felt the presence, and it made me want to train harder. Give me a bunch of ones, all you guys who love your wives and would never even look at a woman unless it's peripheral. But it just, for some reason, it makes you want to work out harder. And I just had a great workout, had a huge, amazing ribeye steak. By the way, if Life Under the Microscope is here, I did the butter and salt and sea salt, and that was it. And I don't buy into all the nonsense about high cholesterol and all that craziness that the FDA and the CDC pushes. And we're going to get into some crazy stuff today that's going to blow your mind. So I'm hoping, look, hey, what's up, Rami? I'm hoping that the room's going to fill. Rami knows what I have. Rami knows I've got a legit woman, and that I never do anything stupid. But it definitely motivates you to train hard, man, when there's beautiful women. It's just something that the universe, especially when you're a guy like me who's into fitness and into protection, I don't know, just a natural thing that happens. But it was a super, super, Bido Juice says, I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is. That's funny. Yeah, a bunch of ones to that too. Yeah, that's real. He said, if I had hotties watching me, I'd be in a triathlon. That's right. So I'm going to share that. So what's the matter with you? That's the thing, God put within all men, I believe, this natural desire to protect and defend women. And I think that the government has tried to turn us against that natural desire, because if they can break up families and they can break up our government, our country, the people, if they can separate and divide people based upon nonsense, what I think are religious ideologies like DEI or even modern day progressivism, it's basically a religion. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree that modern day progressivism is a faith-based religion. It's not based in logic. It's based in, I really want to believe that women are men and men are women, right? I really want to believe that X chromosomes are the same as Y chromosomes, or I don't know. I don't get it. But It's just wild. But this is going to be right, Rami. I see what you're saying over there. Got to be careful what you say, bro. We know that the World Health Organization has a treaty basically with YouTube and Google. And if you say anything that goes against that narrative that they want, because they control the science basically, right? And that's why so many people are bailing on Google and trying to find alternative sources of information. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree with that. So anyways, it looks like we've got about 52 people in here. I know it's probably not going to be a huge show tonight because this is about the LA fires. It's about DEI, and naturally, this is a far left platform, so they're probably going to do whatever they can to prevent this information from getting out there. And I kind of expected that. But we'll get some stuff out there. Pseudoscience, that's right, Rune Dragon. It's all pseudoscience. Amen, brother or sister, whoever you are, or they, them. I don't want to offend anybody, right? Especially after the fires. We wouldn't want to admit that all of this nonsense is nonsense, right? Because we might be accused of being racist because that's what they do. Okay. But I love the name Rune because I am a Scandinavian, so I love that. So the first video that we're going to get into is we're going to talk about Barry Soetoro and his DEI hire friend over at the city of Los Angeles. Let's see what Barry and I don't even know her name. Thank God I'm not in LA anymore. I couldn't imagine having this nightmare as my representative. But let's listen to what I don't even want to assume it's gender, so I'll say this is the they them mayor of LA, and this is Big Barry. Here we go.
I'm confident you're going to be an outstanding mayor of LA.
Oh, so, thank you so much.
But as you know, you got to run through the tape.
Exactly.
So you got a little more work to do.
Exactly.
But I'm really proud of you and grateful for your friendship. More importantly, grateful for the service you've rendered all these years and all the stuff you're going to do in the future.
Well, thank you so much. Your support means the world to me, and it means the world of Los Angeles. Thank you so much.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so the king of cultural Marxism, Barry Soetoro, supports the they-them mayor of Los Angeles. So let's see what by the way, just so you guys know, so Los Angeles, because they're so concerned about being diversified, they want to make sure that they have diversity, equity, and inclusion. In the 1980s, the physical standards for Los Angeles firefighters were lowered to allow more women into the position. So in the 1980s, the physical standards for the LA Fire Department were lowered so they could feel like, they were more inclusive. I mean, I thank God the Marine Corps has resisted this trash because I'll tell you, the Marine Corps is all we have left as far as the last of the true military. And I'm terrified about what's going to happen if we have another war. I mean, I went on a base a couple months ago. I couldn't believe how fat and out of shape a lot of these Marines were. Like when I was in, those guys would have been drummed out the way they look. So we can see that standards are being lowered everywhere, while our enemies like communist China are taking over the world. And now we see that the Biden family was receiving millions and millions of dollars from the communist Chinese. I wonder why our standards are being lowered. I feel, and maybe you might agree with me, that politicians are selling out America for their own, what they think is their own personal gain, selling out their own tribe and favoring another tribe. I think that we're all part of the American tribe. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree. So let's get into this next video and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. Crazy, crazy stuff going on, guys.
I want to be very, very clear. Yes, we took a $17 million budget cut. And as we know, any budget cut would negatively impact our ability to carry out our mission. I want to also clarify that I'm not a politician. I'm a public servant. It's my job as the fire chief of the Los Angeles City Fire Department to make sure that our firefighters have exactly what they need to do their jobs. And that's why I'm talking to you today. The Palisades fire, everybody's seen it. It is absolutely one of the most horrific natural disasters in the history of Los Angeles. And even with an additional 100 engines, I tell you, we were not going to catch that fire. But with that being said, let me be clear. The $17 million budget cut and the elimination of our civilian positions like our mechanics did and has and will continue.
Look at this propaganda agent for the Democrat Party over here on the left. You can tell he's terrified. He kind of looks like Heinrich Himmler without the little Hitler mustache. But nonetheless, he is the propaganda minister for the Los Angeles Democrat Party. I don't know his name, but he's a far left commie. And you can tell he's not happy hearing this DEI hire fire department chief who's making, what, 500 grand a year? Blame everything on the other people. But progressives eat their own, just like anyone else. Republicans eat their own. It's the same thing. Let's go.
To severely impact our ability to repair our apparatus. So with that, we have over 100 fire apparatus out of service. And having these apparatus in the proper amount of mechanics would have helped. And so it did absolutely negatively impact. I want to also be clear that I have, over the last 3 years, been clear that the fire department needs help. We can no longer sustain where we are. We do not have enough firefighters.
A few moments later.
NBC4 News at 5 starts with breaking news.
That breaking news after growing criticism and a one-on-one interview with NBC4's Robert Kovacic. LA Fire Department Chief Kristen Crowley has now been summoned to meet with Mayor Karen Bass.
He joins us live from LA City Hall with.
Oh, the Reichsfuhrer is upset. The Reichsfuhrer is upset. One of her DEI hires turned on her. Let's see what happens.
Breaking details you'll see only on 4. Robert.
Michael and Colleen, you are exactly right. And I am going to quote you here because that is what sources told us. It is a complex and perhaps head-scratching moment in the firefight going on right now throughout the city of Los Angeles. Sources told NBC4 that Fire Chief Kristen Crowley this afternoon had been summoned to Mayor Bass's office. And that is where we are right now. We are standing outside of the office where the meeting that took place at 4 o'clock is still underway.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to talk about some woke on woke violence, okay? Woke on woke friendly fire happening out in Los Angeles, California, okay? Because a lot of people are now pointing the fingers and trying to place blame on who's at fault for these wildfires getting out of control in Los Angeles.
Hey, wait a minute, brother. You're going to be accused of being racist because you're saying bad stuff about, the DEI false religion that caused all of LA to burn down. So we got to blame it on something, right? So clearly you're a racist, even though you have black skin. And this clearly has to be global warming that caused this. Keep listening to this guy. He's my man.
Los Angeles, okay? I think everybody can agree that one of the reasons why this is happening is because of the gross and incompetent mismanagement of the city and the resources. Now, the person that's running the city is Karen Bass, okay? And of course, when you have a woke black woman running a city, you're going to have the woke revolutionaries and CNN and the liberal media. They're going to come out here and play Captain Save a Democrat, right? Because she's getting a whole lot of backlash and a whole lot of blame for what is happening.
My crew and I arrived shortly after it started, and for several hours we watched as hundreds of homes in a neighborhood burned to the ground. We did not see a single fire engine. We watched as Good Samaritans guided traffic. There was fear and there was a lot of confusion. You were out of the country at the time. Shortly after.
Hey, out of curiosity, guys, this guy right here, what party do you think he voted for? Give me a bunch of ones if you think he voted Democrat. Give me a bunch of twos if you think he voted Republican. Give me a bunch of threes if you think he's suffering from cognitive dissonance because he now realizes that he's been voting for a faith-based religion that has no basis in reality. Let me know what you guys think. Let's get back to the video.
The fire started, a press release was put out warning of this fire behavior. My question to you is, what explains this lack of preparation and rapid response?
Let me just say, first and foremost, my number one focus, and I think the focus of all of us here with one voice, is that we.
By the way, thank you, SW Observer, for becoming a 7-month member, brother.
We have to protect lives, we have to save lives, and we have to save homes. Rest assured that, rest assured, let me finish. Rest assured, when that is done, when we are safe, when lives have been saved and homes have been saved, we will absolutely do an evaluation to look at what worked, what didn't work, and to correct or to hold accountable any body, department, individual, etc. But my focus right now is on the lives and on the homes.
Do you think your leadership was effective while responding to this disaster?
I just said what I believe is the most.
The lady that cut the funding from the fucking fire hydrants. Fire her.
They have no water.
They actually have no water?
I actually asked him, this guy right here. I said, how do you have no water? He said, we have no water.
We have
Oh
no
my
water.
God.
They have nothing.
Nothing.
That's so fucked up, man.
Urgently call for the immediate recall of Mayor Karen Bass due to her gross mismanagement and failure to effectively respond to the devastating 2020 fires. In the wake of these catastrophic fires, our city has been left in crisis. Water supplies have been severely strained. Billions of taxpayer dollars have been misallocated or left unaccounted for, and countless lives have been lost. Families have been displaced, homes destroyed, livelihoods shattered, yet Mayor Bass has been absent from the front lines, choosing to travel abroad while her constituents suffer. Despite the tireless efforts of our first responders,
She was like over in Nigeria or Kenya or whatever, getting her eyebrows weaved was like some native African eyebrow thing. And when she came back, she was just like taken aback. She couldn't believe that people wouldn't accept the fact that she's some kind of miracle from the DEI gods. I don't even think she realized that LA was on fire.
the city has been woefully unprepared to ensure the safety and well-being of its residents. Basic resources such as water and emergency services have been inadequate, and leadership has been nowhere to be found when it was needed most. We demand the immediate resignation of Mayor Karen Bass due to her failure to lead during this unprecedented crisis. It goes on. I'm signing the petition right now during the commercial break. And let's put a link on our website for it, because I think everybody, it's not only for residents of LA.
And one of the ways that they are trying to run defense for Miss Karen Bass is by essentially claiming that it is a right-wing conspiracy theory that the Los Angeles area is facing a water shortage, okay, due to the mismanagement of water and resources by Democrats in the state, okay? And it is also a conspiracy theory that she cut funding, okay, to the fire department. That's also a right-wing conspiracy as well, too, allegedly.
When you're talking about Pacific Palisades, Los Angeles, Santa Monica, Malibu, like a whole bunch of people have been out here complaining about Mayor Bass. What are you doing? First,
just like the Hunter Biden. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Just like the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, like all of Obama's buddies who worked at the CIA lied and said that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation. Now they're saying that the fact that Gavin Newsom even is refusing to build the reservoirs that are already paid for with our taxes is all a right-wing conspiracy, or they're saying that it's global warming. Are you guys waking up yet from your DEI false religion of wokeness and understanding that these people are completely loons? They're lunatics. Give me a bunch of ones if you think that these DEI religious zealots are lunatics, trying to blame everything on white people and Republicans. Dude, these guys are losing their homes, man. Insurance companies are fleeing California. People like me are fleeing California. We don't want to have anything to do with these nutcases. I mean, come on, let's wake up, guys. Let's wake the F up. Let's go. Let's get back into it.
First of all, Santa Monica and Malibu, last I checked, that's not LA, if I'm correct. I think they have their own cities. The second thing that you've seen is you've seen lots of lies going around. There are all these reports that first came out saying that, Mayor Karen Bass and the Los Angeles City Council cut the fire department budget by $17 million. Well, we know that is an absolute lie.
It's not a lie.
It's a lie.
It's not
it's
a
flat out lie.
It's not a lie.
Tonight, anger and a search for where to put it Los Angelinos are fighting through the worst days of their lives, and they're trying to figure out who to point the finger at to explain this gut punch loss that they are wading through right now. President-elect Donald Trump is faulting the governor, Gavin Newsom.
Pandora, hold on a minute, guys. Wait, Pandora's box. His neck is with the FDA and the CDC and their nutritional guidelines, right? How dare you fat shame me? Let's let people get as out of shape as possible because there's no money. There's no money in a cure. There's only money in a treatment, guys. So you got to make a drug and get it patented to treat it. Don't teach people about the carnivore diet or about the paleo diet, right? Just get people as fat as you can, get them on as much sugar as you can, feed them that atrazine diet so men can become feminized. And that's what CNN, the Communist News Network, and PMS, NBC are feeding you. I'm so glad I have a few people on my channel who get it. Right on, Pandora's box. Let's get back into it.
Gavin Newsom had an opportunity to have millions of gallons a week, a day, millions and millions of gallons come down from the north. And I was able to get him federal approval from that, from the Department of Commerce of all departments. I didn't realize it would go through Commerce. I would have thought environmental, but it goes through Commerce. I got all of the approvals and he said, I don't want to sign it. I don't want the water.
Number one, there is no shortage of water in the Los Angeles area. The reservoirs are at or above historical levels. The water is there. Now, we have seen high-profile issues in one part of the city, Pacific Palisades, where some hydrants were dry or did not have a lot of water.
There's no water getting to any of the fire hydrants, guys. That's why they can't control the fires. I mean, these guys are so full of shit. It's like you could smell it through the computer.
But that was not because there was not enough water in the region. That was because of technical, logistical, infrastructure issues related to the hilly, mountainous terrain and the location where water tanks have been situated. So the idea that not enough water has been sent down from the north and instead has been, protecting a little fish there, and that's why we're seeing these fires be hard to contain, simply does not bear out at all.
Yeah.
And now that we've heard from the leftist propaganda ministry, let's hear from my homie over here who's going to tell you the truth.
So I want you guys to understand, the same individuals that try to convince us that Biden is perfectly fine. No, he's not mentally deteriorating. The economy is amazing. Inflation is not up. Crime is not up. The border is not open. These are the same people, and they're trying to tell us that it is a right-wing conspiracy. These are right-wing conspiracies that Los Angeles is facing a water shortage, right? That there is a water shortage, and that's part of the reason why they don't have water to fight the fires, right? This is what they're saying. This is what they're putting out there, okay? They're also saying that, no, there was no budget cuts, right? That didn't happen, except the fire chief, the woke fire chief, is saying the exact opposite, okay? She's coming out and basically saying, no, we definitely got a water problem, and there were budget cuts, and that's part of the reason why this is happening, basically throwing woke Mayor Karen Bass under the bus. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Did the city of Los Angeles fail you and your department and our city? It's my job to stand up as a chief and exactly say, justifiably, what the fire department needs to operate to meet the demands of the community.
By the way, even though she's throwing all of her left-wing Democrat buddies under the bus right now, take a good look at her and tell me, do you think that this woman could even do one push-up, let alone pull someone out of a fire? If she was like the commander, like the commandant of the Marine Corps, would you give up all faith in the Marines? Give me a bunch of ones. If you would give up all faith in the Marine Corps, if they had someone who looked like her in charge of the Corps. Now, to me, the fire department should have a head that looks like a freaking stud. Somebody who can pull someone, who can pull a 200-pound man out of a fire. Give me a bunch of ones if you think that the chief, the head of the LA Fire Department, needs to look like they can pull someone out of a fire. Because we're going to get into that a little bit later. I want to see a bunch of ones if you think that the head of a life-saving unit, like an elite life-saving unit like LA Fire, should be able to pull a man who's at least 200 pounds from a fire, number one. Now give me a bunch of twos if you think that it's racist or like anti-DEI or something. To think that this woman is a disgrace to be the figurehead of a life-saving organization. Let's go.
Unity. Did they fail you? That is our job. And I tell you, that's why I'm here. So let's get us what we need so our firefighters can do their jobs. Did they fail you? Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Chief Kristen Crowley, I believe the anchors wanted to ask a question back there, had some comments.
We do, Gigi. If you could please ask her regarding the Times article that came out that the Santa Ynez Reservoir was closed to repairs and it was empty. 117 million gallons of water could have been used in this fight.
The question is about the Santa Ynez Reservoir being empty. There's been a lot of questions about that.
Sure. So my stance on this is when a firefighter comes up to a hydrant, we expect there's going to be water. We don't control the water supply. Our firefighters are there to protect lives and property and to make sure that we're properly trained and equipped. That's my position on this. So if there's no water, I don't know how the water gets to the hydrants. Please defer that to DWP or whomever controls that part. But I can tell you the resiliency of our firefighters, if there's no water, they're going to go find water. They're going to figure out a way to do the best they can with what they've got in a very dynamic situation.
And I know you expressed concerns that those DWP hydrants would not be inspected thoroughly because of the budget cuts.
That is something to discuss, and we're going to look into that in regard to how we can ensure there's going to be water when we need it. But in the end, you know, I'm going to defer that to DWP and whomever else controls the supply. I can guarantee you that when our firefighters showed up on that day with what they had, they did absolutely everything they could do to rescue and to save people's lives and property. And that's the bottom line. Now let's get them what they need to do their jobs. And so
let's get them water, Chief, because I was with your firefighters and they literally were watching a house burn down with pain in their eyes, not being able to do anything except pull water from a swimming pool to try to save a nearby structure that wasn't burning, and literally watching a house burn to the ground because they had no water.
That's exactly right. But did they continue to work? And did they continue to do what they had to do the best they could with what they had? Yes.
Chief, follow-up. Thank you very much for talking to us. We appreciate it. I believe we have a follow-up question from the studio.
Question on that reservoir issue. Is the fire department aware of when these resources are depleted, just like that reservoir had no water? Was she aware of that fact, that it was under construction and there was no water there?
Sandra Endo, one of our anchors, wants to know if the department is advised that the Santa Ynez Reservoir was going to be emptied. Were you aware that there was no water there?
No, we weren't aware of that.
They don't have to advise you?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
So you had no idea that there wasn't such needed resource?
No.
Wow. Wow.
Incompetence. Incompetence. This freaking DEI hire, this fat body over here, who couldn't even probably do one push-up, is admitting that she doesn't even know that that shit works or not. Like if that was in the Marine Corps, if that was an officer, she would be drummed out and she'd lose her commission in 3.5 freaking seconds. Let's go.
Wow. Wow. This is getting worse, right? It is getting really, 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 really bad. Okay, this fire chief has essentially gone rogue. Okay, and she's throwing everybody under the bus over the fact that, hey, they don't have the resources they need to fight these fires. And unsurprisingly, it seems as if the woke mayor Karen Bass is not taking this well, right? Being thrown under the bus by her own fire chief, woke fire chief, and that is what led to rumors of the woke fire chief being fired by Karen Bass. Okay, the Daily Mail had initially reported that Kristen Crowley, the woke fire chief, had been fired by Mayor Bass. Okay, but the news is coming out and saying that no, these rumors are false.
We do have an update. We told you about that press conference. That was really interesting because it was only law enforcement. The mayor did not attend. Kristen Crowley did not attend either, the chief of the fire department. We did get word that the two met. There were rumors floating around that the mayor may have fired Kristen Crowley. That is not true. We heard from the mayor's department, and they are saying that Kristen Crowley was not fired. She did not quit. She has not resigned. And the safety of Angelenos is top priority. In fact, here is a reportable quote from the mayor's office. They say, the mayor and chief met. The priority remains fighting these fires and protecting
Angelenos. So that's the extent of what we know. And this very high-profile meeting between the mayor and the fire chief. So we still don't know what was discussed in that meeting, but they did not attend that press conference. We'll gather more information and bring it to you as soon as we get it.
Yeah. So although the rumors are false as of right now, this is what they say. Apparently, these rumors came about because Crawley told her staff that she was getting fired by the mayor. Okay, when she went to meet with the mayor after basically throwing the mayor under the bus. Okay, basically pushing back against the propaganda from the liberal media to defend the mayor. And that is what happened, right? But apparently she is barely clinging on to her job. Let's read here.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Fire Chief Kristen Crawley is clinging onto her job by a thread, sources say, after she hugged staff goodbye and entered a meeting with the mayor. Crawley told staff in her office she was getting fired by Mayor Karen Bass at a meeting 4 p.m. on Friday, but she emerged from the meeting saying she still is in her job for now. Quote, she was going into the meeting telling everybody goodbye because she was told the whole purpose of the meeting was to fire her, a source close to Crawley's office said. Quote, when she was summoned into the meeting, it was with the direct purpose to fire her. Whatever happened in that meeting, minds got changed. Either Bass realized it would be suicide to fire her and came to her senses, or Crawley talked her out of it. I mean, I agree. If Karen Bass fired this woman, okay, which again, you know, she's woke. I'm not saying she should be in that position, but the liberal media has run propaganda on behalf of this woman, defending her, okay, saying that no, she's not DEI and that Republicans are just bigot, and she's the most qualified fire chief ever, right? This is the propaganda that they were spewing. So it will look really bad for the DEI mayor to fire the DEI fire chief after the liberal media ran propaganda saying that she's so qualified, right? But again, this is what happens when nobody wants to take responsibility or accountability for what's going on, okay? Fingers start pointing at each other, and this is kind of what happens. It spirals out of control. Quote, she came back in the office briefly, told her staff, I'm not fired yet, and went into a meeting with all her chiefs. She still is in that meeting with the fire chiefs right now. The meeting came after Crawley lashed out against the mayor's cuts to her department in an interview with a local Fox TV station around 12 p.m. Friday. Quote, my message is the fire department needs to be properly funded. The chief said it's not. Did they fail you? The Fox reporter asked. Yes, Crawley replied. Yeah, so we saw that, right? We saw what was said during that interview. It is a complete and total disaster right now in LA. Okay, I'm not surprised at all. This is Democrat leadership, guys. This
100.
is how Democrats govern.
100.
This is what you're voting for when you vote for Democrats. You're voting for chaos and destruction. Look at it.
100.
Look at it. Okay, this is what you're voting for.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody will take responsibility or accountability because Democrats, especially the DEI hires, they're allergic to personal responsibility and accountability, right? They can't stand that. They hate it. Okay. So yeah, of course,
it's actually racist and part of the patriarchy to believe in meritocracy. That's actually part of the religion of wokeism. We can get into that in another video.
This is what you're going to get: a bunch of finger pointing and a disaster that is happening. Okay, people losing their lives, and hey, you know, it is what it is. But again, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually this fire chief gets fired. I don't know. I mean, it just seems as if things are just moving in a worse direction here for Los Angeles. It doesn't seem like it's getting better. But again, this is Democrat leadership. They had an opportunity to vote in a moderate, sane Democrat and Rick Caruso, but they chose not to. They chose to go the woke route. And hey, this is the result. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
It was a great video. I really like this guy. So this, I'm definitely not a conservative, but I like the guy. I'm going to share his link with you. Let me, real quick, guys, give me 1 second. Let me just get over to this video. By the way, the only way you guys are going to be able to give me likes is if you double tap the screen, I think, because I'm in vertical. Come on, only 18 or 19 likes. Come on, guys, hit me up. Like and subscribe. Make sure to double tap. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to to save also, save for later viewing, because it's going to be a good one. We're going to really get into it. We're going to have some fun tonight, guys. Let's see here. We're going to have some fun. All right, so got that one. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. So the next thing I want to share with you, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it too well. See if I can blow this bad chicken up a little bit more. If not, I'll read it to you. Yeah, it looks like that's about as good as it's going to get. You can see it. Okay, so this is what it's all about. This is the this is the problem that we're facing here, guys. This is all about LA wanting to have diversity, equity, and inclusion. So they created this key racial equity department. They have this contact list. It's they have a racial equity sponsor, a racial equity officer, an alternate racial equity officer. These guys are making like easily like $300,000-400,000 grand a piece or more. I mean, they're just making outrageous amounts of money. Hold on a minute. I've got to try and get back to the. Sheesh. There we go. I mean, these guys are making real money, guys. So that was just one example. Let me see what else we got over here. So these guys are, they could have rented 10 to 15 firefighting planes just with the money they paid to their DEI officers. That's one thing. That's a fact. 10 to 15 more firefighting planes just based on what they're paying these guys. Christine Larson makes $447,979 a year. Stephen Gutierrez, $493,000. Holy shit, man, these guys are making real money, guys, like real money. $493,000. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can share this with you. I mean, this is just ridiculous, you know, just so people can feel good about the false religion of that race somehow makes us different or something. I can't quite figure it out, but here we go. Yeah, Stephen Gutierrez, $493,425.92 a year, and he's one of their DEI hires. Stephen Hissong, $560,342.55 a year with benefits and everything. I mean, these guys are making so much money. It's just insane at the taxpayer expense. It's just this big false religion of equality. You know, the government's going to make you equal by punishing people who are more intelligent than you, perhaps, or are more qualified because they have a lighter shade of skin, perhaps, because they're a man, perhaps. It's ridiculous, and we see the result, right? If you hire people based upon the way they look, right, as opposed to their qualifications, this is an example of what's going to happen. All right. Let's look at the next one. Christine Crowley, the fire chief, regular pay, $412,000. You guys seeing this? Check this out. $412,000 and $493.66 a year, plus $27,000 and $278.73 in other pay, and benefits of $215,178.62 for a total pay and benefit rate of $654,951. And let me tell you something else about these government employees and these bureaucrats. When they go to restaurants, when they go out, they eat for free, guys. They get free hotels because everybody, especially in LA, it's almost like how Mexico used to be, right? Like it's all about bribery. Well, you know, if I hook up the mayor, maybe she's going to hook me up. If I hook the fire chief, maybe they're going to hook me up. It's not based on merit. It's based upon your connections and who you are. And it's really sad. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree that that's really sad. I mean, we should be putting people into power based upon the good that they can do for the country and the people, not because we want to feel good about ourselves by putting someone in power who's basically a retard. So right on, F. All right, so let's look at this next one. So this is the bureaucrat responsible for filling up. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, guys. The bureaucrat responsible for filling up fire hydrants in LA County She makes $750,000 a year. She's the city's highest paid employee. You've got to be kidding me. Take a good look at her, guys. Her name is, hold on. She's a DEI hire. She was paid $750K a year to keep the fire hydrants empty. The Post asked she should be fired and prosecuted. She was in charge at the power company, and after they admitted fault in 2021 for fires, she moved to the fire department. It sounds like the pharmaceutical companies, right? Like the head of Pfizer will get a job as the head of the CDC under Biden, because we know that the politicians who have accepted, check this is going to blow your mind, guys. I did some research. Check this out. This is going to blow your freaking mind. So the politicians who have accepted the most campaign donations from the pharmaceutical industry include Joe Biden, $9,056,000, Barack Hussein Obama, $5,991,812, Broom Hillary, $4,583,000, Camel Toe Harris, $4,127,000. Of course, Mitt Romney, the Rhino Republican Mitt Romney, $3,333,752. I wish there were more Republicans in there so I could attack Republicans, but that's what they do. They'll get it. So these guys will give them jobs running the CDC or the FDA after they destroy people's lives with their safe and effective solutions and move them around. That's what's really going on, guys. That's a fact. This is a money-driven patriarchy or matriarchy, whatever you want to call it. But the whole DEI thing is just a faith-based religion. And this is just another example of money, money, money. And Frank Collins, that was pretty funny. That was hilarious. All right. By the way, guys, what do you guys think of my setup here with you kind of see you check out my lats. Like, look at those lats, man. You guys see me working out in the morning. I'm no joke, I try to train. Not bad for over 50, right? Carrying a little bit too much body fat, but I started the carnivore diet today, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, give me a bunch of ones if you guys think that the new camera setup looks good. Thanks, bro. Here, let's see. All right. Just having fun. Just having some fun, guys. I like being in shape. I used to be huge. I used to be a bodybuilder back in the day. And I love my country, and I love the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. And I believe that all men should stay in shape, and they should train. They should go to the gun range at least once every couple times a month, and that they should be always ready to defend women and children. That's a man's job, is to protect women and children. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree that a man's primary function in life is to protect and defend women and children, because that's what I believe. And I think that that's the way all men should think. All right, so let's get into the next one. A damning memo was just leaked. Hold on. The damning memo was just leaked. The LA Mayor Karen Bass demanded her fire department cut an extra $49 million last week. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass demanded her fire department make an extra $49 million in budget cuts last week in a leaked memo. And of course, we know that she's been sending firefighting equipment over to the Ukraine. And now we're hearing all these rumors that the Ukraine thing is a money laundering operation to send money back to politicians here in the United States. So think about that, like how it all works, right? All these people need to go. This whole DEI thing is a scam, in my opinion. And this is an example of the result of a faith-based religion like liberalism. So the budget cuts last week, a leaked memo revealed. This cut is also already on top of $17.6 million of cuts in her last budget. The extra cuts requested just days before the fires broke out and the devastated swathes of Los Angeles. So would have shut down 16 fire stations and crippled the department's ability to respond to emergencies. Did you guys hear that? This extra $49 million that she wanted to cut before the fires broke out would have shut down an additional 16 fire departments. And now we have firefighters from all over the country flying to California, right, to LA. I mean, what a disgrace this lady is. I mean, I think that DEI needs to go. We need to start putting people in power in positions of leadership who are qualified, We should not be putting people into positions of power based upon the fact that they have a different anatomy or a different skin color. It's absurd. Give me a bunch of ones if you guys agree with me. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. It's a faith-based religion. It's no different than that lunatic that made people drink Kool-Aid. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree. All right, so let's get into the result of DEI. So you guys, you can't make this stuff up. It just gets funnier and funnier. Listen to this they, them, okay? You got to hear this.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
All right. So,
you want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to?
Hold on. Listen to what this they, them says, okay? Is she strong enough, right? Is she strong enough to pull me out? Because obviously this fat body probably can barely walk up a flight of stairs. But let's keep listening.
Do this, or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
He got himself in a wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire. Can you believe they let a piece of shit like this in a position of leadership? Are you kidding me? Your husband got himself in the wrong place. If my fat ass can't get this guy out of a fire, hold on a minute, guys. I mean, you should be absolutely outraged right now. Can you believe they put this piece of garbage in a position of leadership at the fire department? It's your husband's fault that I'm a fat, disgusting fat body and I can't pull him out of a fire. He put himself in that position. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, I can't even believe this is happening right now. Let's keep on going. I mean, this is assistant chief, whatever they, them, or it is. This has got to stop, guys. I've got friends who lost millions of dollars worth of property in their homes, and the insurance companies are pulling out of California because of these incompetent idiots that they're allowing to make $400,000 and $500,000 of tax-funded jobs. Let's keep listening.
I want to reach down and bring you up, and that's kind of something that stuck with me to this day.
Part of that work means speaking up for those who can't.
I'm going to rewind this for you. I can't believe this.
So I want to reach down and bring you up. And that's kind of something that stuck with me to this day.
Part of that work means speaking up for those who can't. Over the last few years, LAFD has dealt with a fair share of controversy, and Larson not afraid to sound the alarm.
I chose to speak out pretty much by myself about the issues of sexism and racism within my department and the need for change. I don't think there's any question that our department is the best at fighting fires. We do it better than anybody in the world. But when it comes to the personnel side, we have some issues, and they're not insurmountable, but they need to be addressed.
Well, hold on a minute. The physical standards for firefighters in LA were lowered in the 1980s so women could join the fire department. I mean, talk about stupidity, all right? So we can feel good about ourselves. We lower the physical requirements for lifesavers. I mean, it just blows my mind, guys. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think it's time for the pendulum to swing back to logic and reason. What do you guys think?
And fixed to the best of everybody's ability. And so I want to reach down and bring you up. And that's kind of something that stuck with me to this day.
Part of that work means speaking up for those who can't. Over the last few years, LAFD has dealt with a fair share of controversy, and Larson not afraid to sound the alarm.
I chose to speak out pretty much by myself about.
All right, so we heard this moron. All right, so let's take a look now. So what is the answer of Gavin Newsom and all these retards that run the state of California? Well, they're now saying that it's really just it's global warming. That's their default. It's global warming is causing all this. Well, here's the annual rainfall chart, and you can see that clearly there hasn't been any issue with rainfall. What's going on, guys, is they're not engaged in proper forest management. They don't clear away dead brush. They're doing everything they can essentially to allow fires to occur. And you know, that's what happens when you have incompetent leaders like Gavin Newsom and these DEI hires that are destroying California. And that's probably the reason at least 500,000 people are fleeing California a year, being replaced by illegal aliens who immediately get SNAP benefits and free health care and do not look for work, because why would they? When they can make far more money on government assistance than they could ever get in a job with their rudimentary qualifications. Think about that. These are people, they're peasants basically from third world countries who are invited here by nonprofits who are going down all throughout Central America, tax funded nonprofits, to bring them up here so they can redistrict red states blue or red districts blue using the census. It has nothing to do with these people needing work or fleeing their countries for a better life. Well, yeah, it's a better life at your expense, but this is the end result. So this is a direct result of Biden's policies that we're having these fires right now, say many. So let's get into the next video. So this is going to blow your mind. So the qualified firefighters, right, the ones that are free thinkers, critical thinkers, so the good ones, at least 500 of them, were fired because they refused to take that safe and effective injection, guys. They refused to take it, so they were fired. And so LA Fire now has women that look like that who can barely do a push-up if she's lucky, and guys that look like this who clearly are in shape were fired because they refused to take that safe and effective experimental thingamajigger.
113 LA City firefighters have been suspended without pay for defying the city's vaccine mandate. In November, firefighters who had not submitted their vaccination status or requested an exemption were informed they would face suspension and termination. The policy requires city employees to be vaccinated by December 18th. The fire department says firefighters who continue to resist the mandate will be entered into the process of termination.
Let's get into the next one. This keeps getting better and better, guys. I mean, I can't believe it.
My name is Christian Granucci. I'm a captain with the Los Angeles City Fire Department. I'm a 31-year veteran with this agency. And I'm more than likely going to catch total grief from my administration from this. But I am done being silent on this matter, and so are many of our members. And this is regarding the vaccine mandate by the city of Los Angeles for all city employees. We saw this tyranny coming. We saw it coming across the Pacific. And a week and a half ago, it landed in Honolulu with the Honolulu Fire Department. And we watched a passionate plea from Captain Pelikai, literally in tears, being forced to resign because he chose not to take the vaccine.
Hey, James.
Forced to leave the department after faithfully serving it for years. Then it landed on our coast. It hit San Francisco. It hit San Francisco Fire. And we heard the stories up there. Our union representation stood by idly and played a wait and see. And sat on their hands. Well, now it's here in Los Angeles. And the mandate has come down from the mayor and the city council that we, all city employees, including first responders, shall take the vaccine. If we do not take the vaccine, we have to be subjected to testing twice a week. If we refuse that, termination. Again, I'm a 31-year veteran of this department. I have literally bled for this department. I used to love coming to work. I respected the administration of this department at one point. I even respected our union leadership.
Yes, Amber.
And now they are lockstep with total tyranny. I want you to be clear on this. I want everyone to be clear on this. This is not about politics. This is not about left or right. This is not about red versus blue. This is not about Republican versus Democrat. This isn't even about vaccinated versus unvaccinated. This is tyranny. This is about freedom of choice. The department has said that we can seek medical exemptions if we so choose, if we can. That is a pie in the sky. We can even try and seek some kind of religious exemption, but they know that they have end runs around those. The vaccinations will come. And then after that, it will be a booster and another booster and another booster. And when will this end?
It won't.
When will this tyranny stop? I'll tell you where it's going to stop. It's going to stop right here, right now. And I am putting my administration and my union on blast. You had the opportunity to get in front of this, and you didn't. We want to give you the opportunity to do the right thing and represent the membership. You'd think that the union that's there fighting for the little guy would jump in front of this, and this would have all kinds of handles on it for you to grab and run this in for a touchdown. But no, you decided to play politics with this. And you have half this department. You have a split right down the middle. And this is what tyrants want. They want to split down the middle. They want to divide and conquer. I am so hopping mad right now. You have no idea. My head could pop. Again, we want to give our union the opportunity to step in front of this and do the right thing. But know this, there is a large group of us in the hundreds, and we have an attorney on retainer, and he is a shark.
I can do that, Ev.
We'll give you the opportunity to stand up and take the fiery arrows from the adversary of tyranny and step in front of this and fight for us.
What's up, Chili?
If you don't, our plan B, a large group, and it is growing by the day. We have him on retainer, and we will seek legal counsel, and we will take the fight to you, the city of Los Angeles. Again, I'm going to catch so much grief for this, but I don't care. I wouldn't be able to look at my wife. She's going to kill me. I wouldn't be able to look at my wife, though, and my sons in the eye as they grew up under total tyrannical law and rule. When I had a chance to stop this, I had a chance to fight, but I did nothing. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than the Los Angeles City Fire Department.
Yep.
This is bigger than my union. I don't recognize this place anymore.
Leave.
I don't recognize this country. I don't recognize this state. I don't
Move.
recognize this department anymore.
But I bet he voted for all those people.
Again, I want you to be very clear. I want everyone to be very clear on this. This is not a political issue. This is not left, right. This is not Democrat, Republican. This is not vax, unvax. This is a fight for freedom of choice, free will. This is a fight against tyranny.
Amen, brother.
Make no bones about it, we have an uphill battle. A sizable financial commitment from several hundred of our members. I don't want to be doing this at the end of my career. I'd love to do a few more years on this department and just fade off into the sunset. But you know what? Damn it, this landed in our lap, and we got to do something. We can't sit back.
You can't. You got to do
and
something.
Let this
guys.
happen. Let this happen to our country. I'll leave you with this. And I saw this online a couple days ago. It was a gym owner in Oceanside, California. And like so many businesses here in California, they have just been knuckled under. And he was speaking in front of his city council. And he pointed at them. And he said, "You told us, like the country's administration told us, and you, our city government, told us, just give us 2 weeks to flatten the curve." And this has gone from 2 weeks to flatten the curve to show me your papers.
Yep. Yep. That's right, brother. That's what it's all about. Control, power.
We all see what's happening here.
Yeah.
I can't sit idly by anymore. If things have moved that fast in the last 18 months, where the hell will we be in the next 18 months?
Anyways, you guys got a chance to hear him. Good seeing you, Chili. So we got Chili DeCastro in the house. We got Chili DeCastro in the house. Hey, Chili, what do you think of my new? I got the two cameras going. I was doing some lat flexes. I've been hitting the gym, so you kind of see I'm just about ready to rip the back out of my sports coat here. Good seeing you, Chili. Governor Chili, you. Hey, Donnell Brown says, "I'm sorry. It's so sad and horrible when these innocent children were made to take those things. Yeah, I have to be really careful about what I say, but still trying to figure out, like, if it was so great, then why do people still keep getting sick even at, like, they would still catch it? So what was the point of even, I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm totally confused. I know that a lot of corporations and a lot of politicians who have held a lot of stock in those corporations, like Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, and Mitt Romney made millions. While people like me lost our businesses while they shut the economy down. So I'm not too thrilled. And so anyways, that was about 500 firefighters who were fired, firefighters fired for refusing to take that thing. And instead we have these new DEI appointments who probably can't even do one push-up. And they're blaming global warming for all these homes that were burned down. Global warming. I mean, even if it was global warming, even if it was true that global warming was causing things to dry out, then why doesn't Gavin Newsom allow us to build the reservoirs that are already funded by our tax dollars, the additional reservoirs that were already paid for by our taxes? Why wasn't there water flowing to the fire hydrants? I mean, these people must really think you're freaking stupid if you're going to fall for this narrative. By the way, that's why I always tell you, never ever watch CNN, Communist News Network, or PMSNBC, because legacy media is the enemy of the American people. Make no mistake about it. They do not care about you. When you watch a news channel and it repeats exactly what the other news channel says and the next news channel says, you know it's all being paid for by the same corporation, the enemy of the American people. Good seeing you, Sir Richard. Love having you here, buddy. Let me get into the next video. By the way, you guys like my setup now? It's kind of cool, right? Like you can see me do some lat flexes. I'm loving it because I got to get this thing tailored, because when I've been doing those lawyer workouts in the morning, it's my lats are getting so V'd out that none of my sports coats fit me anymore. I get like all the seams are pulling out. It's funny, man. Even though I'm old and stuff, I'm still able to build my body, and I'm hoping you guys will do the same. Now, Josephine Pasculi says that, again, criminal government started the fire. Absolutely. I mean, whether they did it on purpose or whether they did it through negligence, you have the most incompetent morons running California, the single party state of California with no voter ID, which is basically being filled up with illegal alien criminals who are redistricting the whole state blue using the census. And why wouldn't they? I mean, they're getting everything free. They're never going to work because they get everything free. So why would they get jobs? And that's the legacy of Sleepy Joe, Dementia Joe Biden. Thanks, Joe Biden, for destroying California even faster than Gavin Newsom was doing on his own. All right, so let's get into the next video. This is going to be a good one.
Here is the one in which Paris Hilton was watching when she found out that her home in Malibu had been burnt to the ground. The media personality is one of many people, the exact number not yet known, that have lost their homes to the wildfires that have swept across Los Angeles, California. Paris tweeted, "Heartbroken beyond words. Sitting with my family, watching the news and seeing our home in Malibu burned to the ground on live TV is something no one should ever have to experience. This home is where we built so many precious memories. It's where Phoenix took his first steps, and where we dreamed of building a lifetime of memories with London." Since Tuesday, 5 fires have been raging the Hollywood Hills area, Pasadena, San Fernando Valley, and on the coast in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood, prompting the evacuation of tens of thousands of people and, tragically, the deaths of 5. The fire in the Pacific Palisades, which also includes Malibu and Santa Monica, has destroyed more than 17,000 acres of land, including homes, schools, businesses, and buildings. Paris Hilton isn't the only celebrity to be evacuated or have had their homes lost in the affluent area. While photos haven't emerged of all of the homes, so far we know that Anthony Hopkins, Eugene Levy, Billy Crystal, Anna Faris, Sandra Lee, Ricky Lake, James Woods, soap star Cameron Matheson, Colby Smulders, Heidi and Spencer Pratt, John Goodman, Miles Teller, and Adam Brody and his wife Leighton lost their homes to the raging wildfires. Billy Crystal released a statement confirming the news. He said, Words cannot describe the enormity of the devastation we are witnessing and experiencing. Janice and I have lived in our home since 1979. We raised our children and grandchildren here. Every inch of our house was filled with love, beautiful memories that can't be taken away. After what was an exciting start to the week for members of Hollywood with the Golden Globes, it has ended in tragedy. Adam Brody and Leighton Meester walked the red carpet earlier in the week to celebrate Adam's nomination for his hit show Nobody Wants This. But today, this is reportedly the couple's home in the Pacific Palisades that has been completely destroyed by the wildfires. The two purchased this in 2019 for $6.9 million. It has 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, spanning 6,000 square feet over 3 floors. Police Academy actor Steve Gutenberg was situated in the Palisades area helping out.
I wonder if I could just make, here on Palisades Drive, if anybody has a car and they leave their car, leave the keys in the car so that we can move your car so that these fire trucks can get up Palisades Drive. What's happening is people take their keys with them as if they're in a parking lot. This is not a parking lot. We really need people to move their cars. So if you leave your car in Palisades Drive, leave the key in there so a guy like me can move your cars and get them up there so that these fire trucks can get up there. It's really, really important.
Thank you for talking to us live, sir. What's your name?
My name is Steve Gutenberg.
Steve, do you live in this area?
I live in the area. Yeah, I live right up the hill, and thank goodness everybody back. But I have friends up there right now, and they can't evacuate because it's stuck on Palisades Drive.
Yeah, and you're an actor.
Yeah, I'm an actor.
Okay.
The former home of late actor Matthew Perry is surrounded by wildfires in Pacific Palisades. This is the home that Perry tragically died in 2023, and it had only sold just 3 months ago. While it hasn't completely been engulfed in flames yet, it is under threat as the fires are burning around the neighbourhood. Now, the wildfires that are still raging across parts of California have, of course, been politicised. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is under severe criticism for cutting the city's fire department budget by $17.6 million from the 2024 to 2025 fiscal budget.
Equipment to Ukraine.
This slashing of resources is even more controversial after the Los Angeles Fire Department pleaded for all firefighters, including off-duty, to help. Fire Chief Anthony Marone said in a statement, "We're doing the very best we can, but no, we don't have enough fire personnel in LA County between all the departments to handle this." On top of that, the 3 million gallon water tanks ran dry in the Pacific Palisades area, so firefighters didn't have enough water to fight the flames. Mayor Karen Bass practically froze when a reporter questioned her on her political decision that affected the fire department.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today?
The fact that right now none of the fires are being contained has prompted angry responses online. TV producer and personality Sarah Foster tweeted on X, which went viral, even seeing a retweet from Elon Musk. It read, "We pay the highest taxes in California. Our fire hydrants were empty. Our vegetation was overgrown, brush not cleared. Our reservoirs were emptied by our governor because tribal leaders wanted to save fish. Our fire department budget was cut by our mayor. But thank God drug addicts are getting their drug kits. Mayor of LA and Gavin Newsom resign. Your far-left policies have ruined our state and also our party." Sarah's tweet prompted a reply from a user who wrote, "Los Angeles has had a Democrat mayor for 23 years, a Democrat majority in the state assembly for 24 years, and a Democrat governor for 13 years. What's it going to take for the state to wake up?" After Donald Trump slammed Gavin Newsom for his gross incompetence, the California
guys, it can't. Don't you guys get it? There's no voter ID. All they have to do is flood the state with illegal aliens. They're already registering them to vote at the DMV so they can get their IDs. They're going to vote for the people who give them free shit. Haven't you guys figured this out yet? As soon as they get rid of this no voter ID and start demanding people show an ID to vote, these guys are gone. California will become a safe state to live in, and people will start returning to the state. That's how it's going to work.
governor hit back when he was being interviewed by CNN.
People are literally fleeing. People have lost their lives.
We're fleeing
Kids,
because of you.
lost their
Because
schools.
of you, because you're a
Families
joke.
completely torn asunder. Churches burned down.
Thank
This
you,
guy wanted
Gloria.
to politicize it. I have a lot of thoughts, and I know what I
Gloria.
want to say. I won't. I stood next to a president of the United States of America today, and I was proud to be with Joe Biden. And he had the backs of every single person in this community. He didn't play politics, didn't try to divide anyone.
Joe Biden tweeted that he had approved Governor Newsom's request for a major disaster declaration and will provide federal assistance. The End Wokeness page replied, "A little too late for that." Speaking of Trump, this video has gone viral, having been viewed 17 million times on X, where the now president-elect speaks to Joe Rogan during the presidential campaign season about California's water reservoirs.
Thanks, F.
They said, "We have no water." I said, "Do you have a drought?" "No, we don't have a drought." I said, "Why do you have no water?" "Because the water isn't allowed to flow down. It's got a natural flow from Canada all the way up north of water, more water than they could ever use. And in order to protect a tiny little fish, the water up north gets routed into the Pacific Ocean. Millions and millions of gallons of water gets poured. I could have water for all of that land, water for your forests. Your forests are dry as a bone.
Other celebrities, including actor Zachary Levi, aren't holding back from placing blame on the state's leadership.
This is just incredible mismanagement, incredibly poor leadership. I would go so far as to say that it's criminally negligent.
Absolutely.
Because,
Absolutely.
I mean, Gavin Newsom has been either the governor for 5 years or lieutenant governor prior to that for 8-9 years. Some of the worst fires we've ever had in California under that watch.
Yep.
He clearly knows that the biggest problem that we suffer in California are these fires. And by the way, the mudslides that follow.
Absolutely.
And for them to do essentially not just nothing, but worse than nothing when firefighter budgets are being cut, when they are specifically intentionally not doing the work that could be done to avoid these problems.
Actor James Woods, who also lost his home in the fires, appeared on both Fox News and CNN, slamming Governor Newsom and also breaking down in tears.
If it is true that Gavin Newsom is the absolute blithering idiot that I believe he is in the way he has handled fire management in this state again and again and again and again, this isn't a wake-up call. This is the kind of thing they have tribunals for, where they try people and say, you had an oath of office to perform certain duties. When you're the fire chief, this isn't a social justice exercise that you're in charge of. This is you getting water to areas that need water because there are fires in 100-mile-an-hour winds burning houses to the ground. I posted this on X, but Sarah was on with her 8-year-old niece last night. She came out. I'm sorry. Just, one day you're swimming in the pool and the next day it's all gone. But she came out with her little Yeti piggy bank for us to rebuild our house.
James Woods has been updating his followers online. One tweet read, "We renovated our home after COVID and just finished last month. To all the lovely people offering care and love, I'll say this. There is no possession as priceless as friends and good neighbours during a tragedy. I can't believe the blessings we enjoy, and I am humbly grateful."
Wow. I mean, guys, I'm just blown away. I mean, I don't know what to say. I have friends who lost everything in that fire, and they'll never vote Democrat again. So at least I can offer you that consolation. That's assuming that their insurance is even going to cover it. Insurance companies are fleeing California just like people like me. If you're a traditional American who loves your country, it's a very low probability that you'll stay in a place like California. This woke DEI bullshit is a disgrace, and it's being pushed by the teachers' unions and the public schools. People like me are homeschooling their kids now. We don't want to have our kids anywhere near a public school teacher or a college campus. I'm teaching my kids, my daughter how to be an entrepreneur, teaching my son about plumbing and electrical, and because I was a contractor before I became a lawyer, and my dad was too, and I'm teaching him, hey man, just get into construction work, read your Bible, stay as far away from one of these woke college campuses as you can. Give me a bunch of ones if you guys agree that the most dangerous place for a young person right now is one of these woke college campuses. This is a direct result of what they're teaching these kids in our education system. It's a disgrace to this country what's happening. And this is an exact outcome of what's going to happen if this continues. If anybody keeps voting for this after this happened, they clearly are part of a faith-based religion or some kind of Luciferian suicidal maniac to allow this to continue happening. Give me a bunch of ones if you guys agree. Okay, so that was the that was the DEI woke fire portion of the show. And as you guys know, I love doing the Mr. 5 ID refusal videos. Give me a bunch of ones if you guys want me to get into some Copwatch videos, because I always love finishing off my shows with some Copwatch videos. I'm not as good as Chili DeCastro, but I'm a lawyer, so I'll try to break them down for you and we can have a little bit of fun. So if you guys give me some ones if you want me to keep rolling. I know it's a little late. It's 6:35 it's 18:35 hours Pacific time. There you go. But if you guys want me to, I'll keep rolling and I'll do some cool freaking doggone Copwatch videos, and I'll make a quick head and water call and do some push-ups before I come back. But I got to see more ones than that. So I got Brian Lewis. I got Da Smith. I got Josephine Piscoli. Gloria, thank you again, Gloria, for purchasing some memberships. That's the best way, besides buying a copy of my book. Give me 1 second. Besides buying a digital version of my ebook, My Journey to Becoming a Practicing Lawyer with No Law Degree or Undergrad, besides buying this for $19.99 by going to PayPal, and again, this is the soft cover. I'm not selling the soft cover right now because the cost to bring this to market is too much. I've done market studies. There's no way anybody would buy it. It would cost me over $40 plus shipping and handling. So to get that out, it would be close to $50. And just people like my audience, a lot of you guys are broke. So, buying a membership or buying a bunch like Chevy used to do, or these like Bill Roberts would do, buying a bunch of memberships for other people so they can join Team MPE is the best way to support my channel besides buying a copy of the ebook, because that helps me support and teach my daughter also about entrepreneurialism. Like, hey, look, we do these shows, we offer something of value. We're not begging. People who want to support us have the opportunity to support us, but we don't tell them they have to. We don't act like we're needy. We hope that people will support us because they see that we bring them value. So give me a bunch of ones if you like that marketing concept. I'm a lawyer. I have a regular day job. I do this as a volunteer. But if you want to donate and help out the channel, it definitely motivates me, and it helps me teach her about how to become a better entrepreneur and marketer. So that's what we do here at Team MPE, guys. So, and I appreciate all the super chats, and even Chili DeCastro bought a membership tonight. I was kind of blown away because he's the king. And by the way, give me a bunch of ones for Chili for his amazing coverage of the fires. I mean, I was blown away at what an amazing, on-site newscaster he is, guys. I mean, Chili's a legit dude. He really is good. He does hard-hitting interviews on the spot. And I think that he has a lawsuit against the police department for refusing to allow him to be with the regular press pool. The First Amendment doesn't say you need some kind of press card in order to be out there and filming and interviewing people and going to places where the press can go. That is insane, and there are cases on point that support him. Well, Larry Mallett, I am a recovering Democrat. I voted Democrat when they used to have American flags at their rallies, when they weren't burning American flags. Now they've replaced American flags with rainbow flags. And I just didn't want my kids exposed to that nonsense. So I pulled out and I went libertarian. But you could probably say I was a conservative Democrat. I don't support this far left Marxist garbage that's taken over the party. I'm a God-fearing man. I believe in natural law, that all of our rights come from an all-powerful creator, like it says in the Declaration of Independence. I believe in the Second Amendment. So clearly, if you believe in the right of self-defense and you believe in God, you really can't vote Democrat anymore, unfortunately. So give me a bunch of ones if you agree. You can't really vote Democrat unless you're an atheist and you hate our founding fathers and you think that they're all racist and stuff and bigots and homophobes, right? Because that's the party line now in the modern Democrat Party, the hatred of country. So, and I hate that. And yes, I am, James. I 1,000,000% am. I totally dig my chick, and I always will. And but hey, what do you think, guys? You guys like the new setup? Hey! Having a good time? Okay, so we're gonna get into the Mr. 5 ID refusal videos. It looks like I got enough ones, so we could probably go for a little while. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna go ahead and roll Mr. 5 ID refusal, and then I'm gonna make. While I'm doing that, well, I started out. I'm gonna go ahead and make a quick head call. But these are my favorites besides Chili de Castro's videos. The reason I don't really share a lot of delete law stuff on here is because I know that most of the guys that watch my channel already go to Chili's channel. So it's kind of dumb to show you the same stuff that you've already been watching all day. But Mr. 5 is really, really good. And I want you to support his channel because he gives you a sampling of all the best cop watchers and First Amendment auditors out there. Really, really dig this dude's channel. Hey, thanks, Josephine. Thank you. Yeah, hold on. Here, I'll show everybody again. So this is my channel, and I can do it this way, or I can do it this way. Okay, how about this? Before I go make a head call, let's take a vote. Give me a bunch of ones if you like this better for my lives. Give me a bunch of twos if you like this better. So ones for this view, twos for this view. Wait, ones for this view, twos for this view. Give me a bunch of ones for this view. And give me a bunch of twos for this view. Hey! Because I thought it was really cool. I went to Best Buy today and bought an extra cord so I could set it up, just for fun. Because I'm always trying to do different stuff because I want you guys to come into my world and see what I do. Because this is what I do. Like when I'm at work, I'll be over here working on document review. Over here I'll be working on like an appellate brief maybe. And over here I'll be working on some other kind of a brief or but where all my emails are opened up. And then I have another one over here that's even further over that you can't see, where I have my PDFs that I have in OCR, where I can copy stuff and paste stuff out of OCRs to put into appellate briefs to make arguments. Like copy out of see Exhibit 1, snippet from Exhibit 1, Exhibit A. Here's the snippet. I'll just copy it right out of there. So it's a lot of work, guys. But I get a lot of joy from my job as an attorney because I became an attorney with no law degree or undergrad on the State Bar Law Study program. So it was a real privilege and honor to become a lawyer like that. The old school way, before the law schools came around to brainwash kids into becoming good little Marxists and haters of America, destroying the judiciary like they're doing in Arizona, right, with reluctant profit. But luckily we have reluctant profit and Lane Myers helping Mr. Gold. Give me a bunch of ones for Lane Myers, reluctant profit, and Mr. Gold out there kicking ass in Arizona, fighting against the tyranny. Looks like most people like one. So it looks like one is the one. I kind of thought one was the one too. But I'll go back and forth sometimes. Let me see here. Look at Kevin Bernarski. Good seeing you here, brother. Kinetic Customs and Racing. I'm so happy you showed up, bro. F, I love having you back. Jody Shiloh. We got Jody back here. The Smith. Danelle Brown. Aunt Pasano says if you vote Democrat, you're sleepy like Joe Biden. Yeah, it's too bad, man. I don't know what happened to my party, but the Democrat Party left me. I didn't leave them. I'm still a Marine. I still have an American flag in my front yard. I don't know what the deal is with all these Democrats burning American flags and trying to have drag queen story hour and trying to share have grown men with dresses sharing restrooms with little girls. It's fucking disgusting. Give me a bunch of ones if you think it's disgusting what's happened to the Democrat Party over the last couple of years. What a disgrace. I mean, look at that joke that Biden put in charge of our health. Like that dude's like 6 foot tall, and then and the leftist news media made him Woman of the Year. Are you fucking kidding me? What a joke! What an absolute joke! What a disgrace! How could you ever vote for something like that? An abomination! It's total abomination. All right, so let's get into the next video while I make a quick head call. And we'll just keep it going, guys. All right.
Destruction of property? Are you kidding? Are you kidding right now? Destruction of property? Shaving cream. Shaving cream.
On August 15th, 2023, in Baltimore County, Maryland, the auditor from the Angry Vet channel was detained by Officer O'Neill, badge number 6,345, and Officer Pichardo, badge number 5,672, on a public sidewalk for allegedly violating the community, which is absurd and laughable. For more details, please check the links in the description. If you agree that the police actions were wrong, leave the number 5 in the comments.
How you guys doing? What you guys up to?
Everything's being audibly recorded, okay?
Yeah, man. So am I.
Okay, we're gonna hang out for us really quick.
Huh?
We're gonna hang out really quick.
Yeah.
Right here.
Am I being detained?
Yes, we're being detained.
For what? For what? For what? I'm on public property.
What's your full name?
Kevin.
What's your last name?
What am I being detained for?
Okay, you can turn around and put your hands behind your back.
What are you doing? What the f are you doing?
Put your hands behind your back. Drop your phone.
What in the f are y'all doing?
Put your palms together.
Are you kidding me?
You guys are. After I get him secure, if you want to hang out, I'm gonna go grab the I'm with the spray paint and stuff. I'll be
Sir, just to let you know, we all have body cams on.
Spray paint?
You welcome to your car?
Yeah.
You got a Rose? Okay, proceed.
Okay. What are you charging me with? Destruction of property? Are you kidding? Are you kidding right now? Destruction of property? Shaving cream. Shaving cream.
The incident occurred when the auditor from the Angry Vet channel filmed a post office where he had previously been arrested to document and recount the event. A woman claiming to be the postmaster, Sharice Buckner, who could not even be found in the USPS employee database, called the police, accusing the auditor of using spray paint, although it was actually shaving cream. When the two officers arrived, the auditor was in his car preparing to leave, but was still arrested without specific evidence. The case raises numerous questions about the legality of the accusations and the police handling of the situation. Can shaving cream be considered vandalism? Is the trespassing charge reasonable without specific actions? And is the littering accusation justified? This situation highlights the shortcomings in law enforcement and raises important questions about civil rights. Leave the number 5 in the comments if you believe Officer O'Neill and Officer Pichardo need to be fired. On February 25th, 2024, in Fort Myers, Florida.
Hold on, I'm back. I got so hold on. So James, she kind of does, bro. A little bit at the house. At the house, she does run things, but out in public, I'm rocking a freaking FNP 45, and she's just following me around like a puppy dog, and so are the kids. Like they know that if shit hits the fan, dad's putting rounds down range. But yeah, at the house, my woman runs this house. She has 1,000% control over everything. except when she needs me to discipline the kids and things like that. But the kids all know if you mess with your mom, you're going to face my wrath. All right. So don't piss her off. So it's, and that's an example that I learned from this Catholic family that I lived with when I was in Scotland. Frank O'Connor, he was a strong man and he had like, I don't know, 6 or 7 kids. And I saw that example, like he just kowtowed to his wife. And of course, his wife knew that he was making all the money and running the show, but it's politicking, man. You got to let your woman feel like it's her home and that she's in charge. Give me a bunch of ones for all you guys who are still married. Because I think if you are married, that is the typical example that's going to keep the marriage together. But yeah, James, I'm with you, bro. Sally boy or not, I think you and I both. James isn't going for it. He's not buying it. All right. I've only got 2 F, but they're homeschooled now. But I think it's a good example for me. But at the end of the day, she knows that I'm, I worry about them all the time too, guys, because if something happens to me, like, they're gonna suffer hard because I work more than 18 hours a day sometimes, and then I do these YouTube shows too, which is more for me to like sort of relax and have some fun. But it's not easy, guys. That's why it motivates me when you guys throw me like a donation every once in a while, because it's like, wow, these guys actually like me. But no, let's get back into the show. I'm having a good time, guys. Thank you so much, for joining me tonight. For people who don't know what the show's about, I'm attorney Michael Leline. I'm licensed in California and Texas. I primarily do catastrophic injury claims, but I also do fire damage cases and insurance bad faith cases. And so these fires really have me focused. And tomorrow night, I'm going to have Alan Beck, who is one of the preeminent Second Amendment rights lawyers in the country, on. And we've done some fire cases together, and we're going to talk about who the potential defendants are in these fire cases. Like, can you sue the fire chief? Can you sue this piece of shit Governor Gavin Newsom? Can you sue the DEI board of directors? Who can you sue? Can you sue California Edison? Can you sue the illegal aliens that are running around with blowtorches and the homeless people as well, who are trying to help speed up all these fires that they've been catching? Who can you sue? How can these people get paid? So we're going to do that tomorrow night. And thanks, James. I know you do, bro. Look, James, I'm just doing my best with what I got, and I need her. Bottom line, I need her, bro. I need her. There's no way that I can do what I do without her help. She's a traditional Salvadorian. The house is immaculate at all times. So how could you not worship her, right? Like, immaculate. I'm telling you guys, I can eat off the floor in my house. She's following me around with a broom, and a mop. So how could I not worship someone like that? Because she makes me feel like a real man, because she respects me. So how could I not? So and that's the symbiotic relationship. It's too bad that feminism destroyed the family. At the end of the day, she's going to get everything, and those kids are going to get everything that I build up for the family. But without her fire support, it's like in the Marine Corps. Everybody loves the infantry, but everybody works in support of the infantry. But us infantry guys know that without that fire support, without that admin, without that supply, that there's no way we'd be able to fight. So if everybody wants to be in the infantry, there's not going to be any support. And women are biologically caretakers and loving creatures, and they're the givers of life. So to me, I would gladly lay down my life for any woman, because they are God's gift to men. That's how I feel. So Lynn, unfortunately, she doesn't. But if you ever want to come down to El Salvador with me, I could introduce you to some amazing women who would just kill to be with the Gabacho, an Americano, a Güero. They would just die to hang out with one of us, somebody who thinks like you and I, right? Someone who really, because look, it's a two-way street, guys. If you're not willing to sacrifice for them, they're not going to sacrifice for you. They're going to find someone else. That's just natural. That's right, F. That the spirit of love, there is no fear. That's right. Diana Sharp, you're awesome. But Diana, I'm glad you're here because one of the problems that people say, oh, you're a chauvinist, you're this, you're that. No, I'm not. I'm just a traditional man. I mean, thousands and thousands of years of heritage are in me. I'm a Viking warrior, and my wife is my shield maiden. I'm Swedish, Norwegian, primarily, a little bit of Scottish, a little bit of German, but really a Viking warrior. And my woman is my shield maiden, and that's how it works with my family. Anyways, guys, Lynn, I'll let you know. By the way, guys, maybe that's what we do. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe I set something up where I get you guys. Let's set something up, guys. Reach out to me. Reach out to BZ Watchdog. He kind of is my gatekeeper. Or Life Under the Microscope. For you single guys who want to meet a girl, really a good woman, in El Salvador, and we'll arrange an outing to go down there for the purposes of finding you guys, or gals. I don't recommend the Salvadorian men so much, but for you guys who want to meet a really good woman, I think El Salvador is a good spot. It's one of the safest places in the country as well. Chevy, hey Chevy, I really would like it if you reach out to me. And look, bro, you don't have to be sending me money and stuff, man. I know that you haven't been feeling well, and you need to take care of yourself, dude. I'll find a way to make it. Yeah, I love the support, bro, but I'm worried about you, and I've heard that you had some health issues. So, but anyways, guys, Chevy, if you want to come down to El Salvador with me, we can find you a good woman who will look after you. And it's an amazing country. It's one of the safest countries in the world now because of Bukele. And I'm considering moving my whole family down there. I want my kids to experience what it's like to live somewhere other than this crazy country that's just built on fiat currency. I want them to know what it's like to walk everywhere and not, be pampered. Because if you have too much good times, you're going to have a lot of hard times. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree. All right. Yeah. Thanks, man. Everybody support Chevy and give him a prayer. Missed you, Chevy. I thought something bad had happened. Everybody give a bunch of ones for Chevy, man. He's a good dude, legit, patriot, real American. All right, so let's get back into the Cops Are 5150 videos. Let's go. Let's go.
Officers Shiflett, badge number 723, and Ferraro, badge number 725, were involved in a controversial situation. Chuck Bronson was driving around the area to document police activity. When he stopped in a parking lot, he was approached by these two officers, even though the area had no parking signs. The incident stemmed from a local ordinance requiring property owners to purchase signs from the Fort Myers Police Department in order to have their property protected.
What's up? What are you doing, sir? Nothing. Nothing. Just sitting here. Roll the window back. For what? This parking lot's closed. Okay. You've been making some weird turns. Roll your window back.
There's Chucky.
Roll your window down.
It is.
Okay, further. You have your license.
For what?
Huh?
Are you asking me to leave the property?
I watched you make a U-turn in this parking lot and sit when you saw me.
I didn't see you do nothing. I just sent a text message. What are you talking about?
Okay. You go down. Come over there.
Get your supervisor.
My supervisor?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Where are you headed from tonight?
None of your business.
Okay. So if you tell me where you're going and explain, and then I could leave you alone.
Nah, that's all right.
Okay, that's fine.
Just get your supervisor. I'd rather hang out and make you look stupid. You got to back up. I don't know what these dumb cops are doing. He's just like, you never met Chuck before?
The parking lot was closed. I never demanded ID. I just wanted the supervisor to ask him what he was doing.
I told him I pulled in the parking lot to make a text real quick. Okay. And that's it.
Okay. You didn't explain that to me.
I did too. Okay. I've got it recorded, stupid.
Okay, that's fine. So
all I did is pull it in, and that's it.
Can I speak?
I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Talk to yourself, stupid. I pulled in to make a text, and he's harassing me about it. I haven't even been here 3 minutes. He even drove by.
So let me just share something with you guys. So the First Amendment, contrary to what many people think, was designed so we could hold our government accountable, get in their face. And so so the problem with municipal police, especially modernly, with the advent of Uber and Lyft, I mean, municipal corporations are not able to raise as much money as they used to. So they are just doing anything they can to make an arrest because they make a ton of money off of arrests as well as the prison system. So what's going on right now is this is exactly what our founding fathers warned us about. And Chuck Bronson is a prime example of a typical Adam Smith or a John Jay, a real patriot in my mind. And he is involved in heavy duty government accountability operations. And I've interviewed him before on my show. I really like the guy. And I would like it if you would like and subscribe to Chuck Bronson's channel as well. But let's get back into the video. Let's do it.
And his flashlight from the street over here at me. But then he just kept on going. He obviously wasn't worried about it. First Amendment what? I'm a Second Amendment guy. I'm not a First Amendment guy.
Our supervisor will be here in about like 5 minutes. All right?
So I don't know what this douchebag's problem is. He new or something? You don't know if he's new?
I don't know if he's new.
Come on, man. You can't just be honest cop. You know I'm about honest cops, right?
I gotcha. I think we're all about new. It's a pretty new department. But give our supervisor about 5 minutes. All right, boss?
Cool. I'm sitting here. I ain't going nowhere.
You're being cool with me. So...
Freddie Mercury.
So anyways, he pulls up behind me and now he's saying I can't leave.
I got you. I think that's only because our supervisor's en route. But
well, I know that was before I asked for the supervisor. That's why I asked for it, because he said I couldn't leave.
I got you.
He was like, "This is private property," even though nobody's complained. He's just being an asshole. This is tyranny, man.
I got you.
He's straight up being a tyrant, and he's new. It's just disgusting.
What do you say? I can't hear him. He's got the window rolled up.
The chief will sit you down and you'll watch the video with him. Don't worry.
I can't hear him.
He said the chief's going to watch the video with you.
Okay, that's fine.
So am I still being detained or what?
No, you asked for a supervisor. You're not detained right now.
Okay, then why don't you go back to your car?
Huh?
Why don't you go back to your car?
Okay, well, I'm standing by until my supervisor gets here. That's it.
Well, why don't you go stand by in your car?
Huh?
Why don't you go stand by in your car?
Okay. You requested a supervisor.
I'll sit here and wait for the supervisor.
Huh?
I said I'll sit here and wait for him.
Okay.
I got to file a complaint.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Complaints don't do anything.
Somebody put in Fort Myers PD's phone number in the chat. What's your name and badge number?
Huh?
What's your name and badge number?
Mine?
Yep.
Shiflet 723.
What's yours?
Ferraro 725.
Far we can give Ferraro commendation, but the other guy, we need to definitely file some complaints on that guy. It's your right to redress your grievances, people. So is it illegal to make a U-turn and turn into a lot?
No, it's just the business is closed is the reason I'm stepping out with you. And you made a loop back this way. I wasn't for sure what you were doing this. Because you come down eastbound, come back around, come back in the parking lot and sat, and I didn't know what you were doing.
Is that illegal?
No.
Then why do you care what I'm doing?
Because you just turned around to go back the way you just came from.
I came from that way, behind me. Are people not allowed to turn around and come back where they came from anyways? I mean, come on, really? Doesn't that kind of sound stupid?
I got you, boss.
You can go back to him if you want.
Huh?
You can go back to him if you want.
What's he doing?
Just traffic stop. Come on, let's go.
Well, if your supervisor will hurry up and get here, I'll go back him too.
Looks like he's pulling up right now.
Oh, nice. How long you been with Fort Myers PD?
About a year and a half.
How long has he been here? 3 months?
I think about the same.
Has it been that long? I haven't seen him that much.
That was classic.
The dude's an idiot. Obviously, he didn't know it was me, but still, you shouldn't be treating anybody that way or acting that way about anybody. I got it if you got evidence of a crime or something.
Yeah,
do it. Jump on it. That's somebody watching. Because I made a U-turn, pulled into this parking lot, and stopped to make a text.
That was all he told you?
Yeah. That's what he did.
Gotcha.
That's not a reason to stop people. It's not a legal law for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not reasonable suspicion, probable cause, nothing. Trespassing is not a crime until you ask me to leave. And that was the first thing he said, this was closed business or something. I said, are you asking me to leave? Because I'll leave. Then I started to go and he said, stop, and hit my window. You know, if it's a problem that I'm sitting here making a text real quick, I'll go to the next business or something that doesn't have the Fort Myers trespass sign on. Jesus. Just pulled over. There ain't no really street parking here. You know what I mean? Like the rest of the country.
I got you, boss.
Pulled over for a second, man. Actually, what I did is I sent out an Amber Alert. There was an Amber Alert earlier, and I had sent it out to some groups and stuff like that I run. In different news organizations. Yeah. And I just got the alert that the kid was found, and so I pulled over and I put in, child found, now canceled.
These intrusive signs are items that the Fort Myers Police Department requires property owners to purchase if they wish to receive protection. The local regulation clearly states that only when the fee is paid and the signs are displayed will the property be supported by police protection. Although Chuck Bronson posed no threat to the property, the police still arrived and unlawfully forced him to leave the area.
Heck yeah. And then all of a sudden he's on me. Like, I don't even know where he came from.
I got
Well, if it was the same cop, there's one right here that let me up 30 seconds before, and he went that way, and I don't know, he must have went around and came back and got behind me or something. Who's the supervisor?
He's talking with the
Who is it?
officer. What's up?
Who's the supervisor?
I believe it's going to be Sergeant Hernandez.
Okay, great. Yes, that's really what I want the supervisor for. I'd like to find out, what's the reasonable suspicion or PC for the stop, I guess.
Reno 911.
Great. It's a little midget. Hernandez.
Hello, how are you? I'm Sergeant Hernandez.
What's up?
What's up, Brian?
What's going on? Hey, I was trying to figure out the reasonable suspicion for this stop.
Okay, apparently you were just driving around the area in circles and the officer stepped out with you.
Oh, that's it?
That's it, man. You have any questions for me?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
I'm sorry?
Nope.
Nope. All right, you're free to leave, man.
Cool, thanks.
Have a good night.
Hernandez.
Wow.
The corrupt piece of
Notably, there were no signs present in the area. In this situation, Chuck Bronson believed the police's actions were illegal, lacked specific evidence, and were overly imposing. He highlighted the flaws in law enforcement, particularly when there are no cameras or witnesses, making it easier for police to take advantage of people who don't fully understand their rights. This raises questions about transparency and accountability in police behavior.
So guys, what do you guys think? I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, Chuck has got brass balls. I mean, most people don't have the ability to stand up to cops like that, but they had no legal or lawful authority to detain him. And this happens all the time, all over the country. So think about that. I mean, our founding fathers warned us against this type of tyranny. And it's happening before our very eyes. And when our government floods our country with people from third world countries, from Roman civil law democracies where they've never been taught about natural law, the Bill of Rights, or our way of life, they just let them come in here, give them everything for free so they can vote illegally and change the voting electoral college with the census. They're literally destroying the fabric of America. And guys like Chuck Bronson are at the forefront, trying to make America a safe and amazing place as our founding fathers intended. Give me a bunch of ones for Chuck.
How's it going, sir?
Okay.
Good. I'm Officer Salcedo with the Lordship Police Department. Reason why I'm pulling you over, you were going 10 over the speed limit, 40 and a 30.
I want to know more.
Okay. Do you by chance have your license, registration, proof of insurance, sir?
Yes.
Where are you headed to today, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm going to the gas station.
Oh, okay.
I come back from Arizona.
Oh, okay.
I live in Silver City.
Really?
I come down here to get my gas.
Oh, shoot. For gas, huh?
Yeah.
Is it cheaper over here than in silver?
Yes, yes, it is.
How much, if you don't mind me asking?
30 to 40 cents.
Jeez.
Let's see, where is my license? I got my registration with blood box.
Okay, that's fine. Sir, I'm gonna go let you go with the verbal warning, okay? I'm gonna go handle that guy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
35 Central.
Oh, shit. He's part of the hospital? I didn't know that, dude.
Go ahead and 22 that traffic. I'm going to be going after another vehicle. Stand by for
Thank you, Kinetic Customs.
PD 35 Central traffic.
35 then.
East Motel Drive next to the pilot cars with the Mexico 28 85843 Union Oversun. It's going to be a gray Dodge Charger. What's going on, man?
What's going on? How are you telling someone to slow down while you're in a traffic stop, bud?
What are you getting aggressive for?
Why are you? Do you know who the I am?
Who are you?
Don't worry about it. You're in front of my property. That's where the at.
What's your name, man?
Don't worry about it. Run the plate.
Well, I just did.
All right, and what did it come back to?
Well, I don't know. I haven't got my returns yet.
Do your returns,
Go ahead
man.
and step out,
Make sure
man.
your supervisor get here.
I don't need a supervisor.
You don't. You
We're
sure?
just gonna talk.
You sure?
Dude, calm
Call
down.
Aaron. No, I'm not.
Why do you want me to
call
call
Aaron? Call Aaron. I'm telling you, call Aaron. You want to play this game, dude?
I'm not. Hold on.
You want, what did you pull me over for?
Okay.
What was the
in the middle
probable
of a
cause?
traffic stop.
Yes, and you're telling me to slow down. How do you know I'm speeding?
Are you done?
No. How do you
Are
know I'm
done?
speeding?
Dude, you literally revved your engine and took off in front of me.
Because you did this. Because you did this, right?
Yeah, I said slow down.
So how do you know I was speeding?
Because you took off right in front of me.
How do you know I was speeding?
Dude, you literally
Dude,
took off
you're
right
not in your car to tell me if I'm speeding or not. Why are you stopping me?
Because you're speeding. Okay,
How
I
did
was
you track
honestly
that?
gonna
How
let
did
you
you
go
track
with
it?
the verbal.
How did you track it?
I was honestly gonna let
Get
you
Aaron
go with
here.
the verbal.
Get Aaron, man.
Well, step out, dude. I'm not
Step
playing
out
games.
for what?
Just step out so I can talk to you over here, man. Step out.
Okay. Get your supervisor here, man. Who's on duty today?
Me, Aaron, and Shepard.
Yeah, all right, get Aaron then.
I don't need Aaron here.
All right,
I'll talk
well,
to you
get
here.
Shepard
You have
then.
your license?
No, I'm not giving. How you?
You have your license, brother?
So you're not asking me for nothing else?
I'm asking for your license.
For what?
Registration.
For what?
Your insurance.
For what?
Because the reason why I'm pulling you over
Go
for
ahead.
speeding.
You don't. How did you track me speeding?
Dude,
you're not in your car. You were outside, right? Call Aaron, motherfucker. Dumbass. I don't need this camera. I got your camera. Don't worry about
That's
it.
all right, brother.
That's all right.
On January 9th, 2023, at Lordsburg City Hall in New Mexico, I want to clarify an important point in this video. I hope Nate Ott is watching, and if he is, I advise him not to do that again. Make sure your camera is not obstructed, and don't mute it. These officers are very corrupt, so don't rely too much on their body cameras. This was a mistake by Nate Ott, but it's also a valuable lesson for all of us. Always keep your camera on for your own safety.
You'll figure it out. Have a seat.
Yeah, just have a seat.
No, I'm standing right here, man.
I don't know why you're acting dumb with me, dude. I'm just trying
How
to
am I
do my
acting dumb with you? You abandoned your traffic stop to come pull me to right?
Yeah, dude, because you're hauling butt, dude.
You abandoned your
Back up.
traffic.
How about you just back up?
Now we're in front of my property.
Okay, I don't care if it's your property or not.
But now why are you so afraid?
I'm
why
not
are you
afraid,
making me
dude.
back up?
Just back up, man.
Okay.
You're raising your hands and you're getting
I'm raising
mad
my
at me.
hands. I'm from Philly. Ask Aaron. He'll tell you
Okay.
that's just how I talk.
Okay.
Don't
Well,
forget, you're a little bitch.
dude, okay, man. It's whatever. So you have
We'll
your
see.
license on you?
When your supervisor gets here.
Okay. Well, he'll come.
All
I'm
right.
pretty sure he'll tell you the same thing too.
No, I mean when he gets here, we'll see. Because you don't have a reason to pull me over.
Dude, you hauled butt going past
How
me.
did-
How
How did you
every
track the
normal
speed?
person
How did you
knows.
track the speed?
Okay.
How did you track? What was the speed limit right there?
Okay.
What's the speed limit right
That's
there? 45.
40.
45.
40.
Where's
Dude,
the 40
I do
mile
this
an hour
for a
sign?
living. Sit down.
Dude, you're brand new.
Okay. Whatever
You're
you
brand
say.
new.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, you're new.
Yes, sir.
You'll figure it out real quick.
Yes, sir. I will.
Oh, man.
Makes you big and bad, right?
Makes me big and bad. How's it make me big and bad? How's it make me big and bad?
You're
you don't even have
you're-
a reason
you're-
to pull
You're
me
a street
over,
attorney.
dude.
You're good, brother.
I'm an attorney?
Yeah, you're acting like one, so.
What? I'm an attorney? All right. All right. You still didn't run the plate yet.
I ran the plate.
So what did it come back to?
I don't know, because I didn't get my returns yet.
Then
So.
you'll figure it out.
Okay, that's cool, man.
You just don't make any sense.
I don't.
How do you abandon a traffic stop? And then this is what you did. And
Yeah,
when you
and I
did
told you
this,
to slow
when
down.
you did this,
Okay.
that gave me even the more of a power to go, because if you're not inside your car, you can't tell me to slow the down outside.
Okay.
You think you are?
Whatever you say.
Rookie, man.
Yep.
How long you been a cop for? Yeah. Don't worry. I'm gonna get all your information.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Cool. Jonathan Salcedo, number 35, Lodge Police
All right.
Department.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
You're gonna turn off his camera.
Stupid, man. You
Yeah,
just
I
wasted
know.
your own fucking time.
It is, right? You didn't have to speed, and I was honestly gonna let you go with the verbal. Dude. That's all
I
it
wasn't.
was.
Did I
Dude.
slow down? Did I hold on?
Back up.
Did I do
Back
it?
up
Did I
right
do
now,
it?
dude. I'm
You're
not
so
playing
scared,
games, dude.
dude. Fuck, I'm talking to you.
Okay.
How do you want me to
back
talk
up.
to you?
Well, relax, dude. That's all you gotta do.
You pulled me over
I
for
didn't come
no
over-
valid reason.
I didn't come over here acting like a douchebag towards you, huh?
You told
Did
me
I?
to get out the car.
Dude, because you're starting to act stupid. I'm like, come here and talk to me.
Get out the. You think that I want to hurt you,
Okay.
dude? Are you?
So let me share something with you guys. At the academy, they teach you don't let him get out of the car. It's better to have him in the car. So I'm kind of shocked. Like, why did he make him get out of the car? Somebody in the sidebar, tell me what's going on in the comments. What would be a reason to have? Are you more of a threat or less of a threat once you're out of the car? Like, if I was a cop, I would want you to be restrained inside the vehicle. You know, I got my service firearm. I'm at the ready. I can see your movements. Once you're outside of the car, if you've got something concealed, he hasn't even done a pat down or a safety check. I don't know, guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say in the sidebar. Help me understand what's going on here. I'm confused at this point. Let's keep going.
Stupid. I live in this community.
I don't care.
I don't give a that, man. You're stupid, man. Like you're gonna tell me, man. Like I'm not gonna waste my time.
Okay, man. That's okay.
You don't even have a real reason to pull me over.
You were speeding.
You were standing. So how'd you track my speed, sir? How'd you track my speed?
You were just speeding, man.
But how did you track my speed?
I don't know.
You don't. So how are you gonna? If you write me a ticket, how are you gonna fight this in court?
Like I said, I was gonna just give you a verbal, dude. But
All
you
right.
wanted to get all dumb and stupid.
So I got
when you
all
don't
dumb
need
and
to.
stupid.
Yeah. You started going crazy. Oh, you're stupid. You're calling me all kinds
Because
of shit.
I just watched
Come
you
on,
abandon
dude.
your traffic stop.
Yeah. So what makes you think I can't come pull you over?
So what? That person was speeding, right?
Yeah.
And that's
And
exactly
I was
why
gonna give him a verbal too, dude.
And you did let him go.
Yeah, and I did. And I was gonna about, dude. I was
So
about to
if
do
I
the
was
same
speeding,
thing to you.
why wasn't I gone already? How did I let you catch me if I was speeding?
You took off right in front of me, dude. Don't try to play these
Because
games.
you did. Why did you do
Don't
this?
try to play
Why
these
did you
games.
do this?
To tell you to
So
slow
is that
down.
going to show you in the video when you did this?
Yeah, because I was recording the whole
But
time.
why did you do this?
To tell you to slow down. You were already
You
speeding.
can't tell me to slow down.
Okay.
You have someone pulled over.
Okay.
So how did you?
Just jump in your car. I'm done. Have a
No,
good day.
no. You just told me to
Jump in
stand
your car.
here.
Jump in your
Where's
car.
your supervisor at,
He's
man?
not coming. So just jump in your car. Have a good day, man. I'll deal with you later. Go ahead. That's okay. Go ahead.
From my perspective, this officer lacks experience and is easily pressured, which led to him falling into a trap. Nate Ott wasn't fined, proving that the police failed twice, and I think that's
Hey, I just got a text message from somebody that we all love and adore. And he said, this dumb shit is talking so much. This is unbelievable. Hey, guys, I got a question for you. Do you think that I should sign up for the Delete Laws affiliate program and start selling trifolds? What do you guys think? I think that we need to have an updated trifold with updated case law. But that's just me. But, you know, I really love Chili's trifolds. I think that you guys should go and buy as many cop cards and trifolds as you can and give them out as gifts to your friends and family members. Give me a bunch of ones if you guys agree. Let's get back into these videos. I'm going to do a couple more, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm exhausted. I trained at Powerhouse today. Had an amazing workout. I feel amazing. Came back. Well, I went to Whole Foods, got some super good chow, had an amazing ribeye steak cooked in butter and sea salt, and had some hibiscus tea, and took an amazing nap. And so I'm super sharp and fresh for this show today. It was super cool to see Chili and all you guys come on today. So let's keep on watching and have some fun with these videos. And give me a shout out for Mr. 5ID Refusal. He's got some amazing videos, man. I just love this channel. So good. I think that Chili should have his videos on this channel. I'm going to reach out to Mr. 5ID Refusal and tell him, hey, man, where the hell are the freaking Delete Laws videos, homie? Because I'm giving you a lot of love. I've gotten this guy thousands and thousands of subscribers in the last couple of months.
Great. Some might think the driver was intentionally speeding to attract attention, but there's no evidence to support that. I believe this was a clever way to bait the police, and this man handled the situation very well.
Anything my eyes can see. Homeland Security threat level. Nah.
What are you taking pictures of?
You now. We're eating it now.
What if I don't want my picture taken?
Well, you're in public.
So? Doesn't mean it gives you the right to take my picture.
Sure does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
I have a right.
Have you read this?
Yeah, I've practiced it quite a bit of times.
Have you? All right, cool. Can you do me a favor?
What's that?
And read it some more. Yeah, because you need to understand your First Amendment. Yeah, there's certain. What's the First Amendment say? Have you read it so much? What's the First Amendment say? I'm waiting.
You're gonna wait.
Oh yeah?
Because I'm not here for a quiz.
Well,
I'm here doing my job.
Well, do your job. We'll get what we need. We'll do your job. I'm doing my job, and we'll go from there.
What is your job?
You see it.
Oh, shit.
Who are you working for? That's not a legal press pass.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Who assigns press passes?
Who did you get this pass from? Looks like a handmade press to me.
I was born in the U.S., so therefore that gives me the right.
Oh, just to take pictures of somebody else's property?
Yeah. Yeah.
So where's that say in the Constitution?
It's under the First Amendment. It's called the freedom of press.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. I think you're masking on.
Why are you shaking then?
Why am I shaking? I'm not shaking.
Well,
Why
see,
are you
that's-
bothering us on public?
So I would say assumes facts, not an evidence, right? So he's assuming facts, not an evidence, so he can create a fake record. That's how this works, guys. Keep watching.
First of all, you're not on public property.
We are on public property.
What is a sidewalk?
What's a sidewalk?
Depends on where you're at.
What's the easement called?
You got 15 feet of easement, but the
From
problem
that
of it
center
is,
line.
it's not to take pictures of what I'm
Sure
doing.
it does.
The First Amendment doesn't protect feelings. It gives us the right to record here, right?
It doesn't give you the right to record here.
Yeah,
Sure it does.
What are you? CCP? You Chinese? You Communist Party?
Communist, so I've served my country, so
So
you're telling me?
You're a pogue then, aren't you?
You're licensed to interact with the public outside the facility.
A pogue.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Are you licensed to interact with the public?
So just so you guys know, he just intrigued my Marine Corps sensibilities. A pogue is a person other than a grunt. So I was in 03. We make fun of the pogues, but they're still Marines, whatever. But they're not grunts. So he's literally putting this dude down, saying all you are is just some back office water boy, basically. That's what a pogue is, just so y'all know.
Outside of your property.
Oh, they're up there taking pictures.
There you go. You know you're so missing.
Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna surround me. That ain't gonna happen.
Huh? Well, you probably should call him back.
Oh,
Like,
that's
hey,
cool.
bro,
Right on.
I'm not too clear on the First Amendment. Maybe I need some help. You mind coming down?
Yeah, I might need to restudy that.
So what's the issue? Why are you guys here?
Ask him. I don't know. We're just recording, brother.
Yeah, we're just taking some pictures.
No, I mean, like, why are you
Working on
did you get a
stories.
hold of him coming here, or
Huh?
did you just show up?
No, we just showed up.
Okay, that's fine. You said because of him, that was.
Yeah, but he's being kind of rude, but he could be like, hey, bro.
We might push you off the grass a little bit.
I got you.
Oh,
I ain't gonna block.
Yeah,
We ain't gonna block.
Anybody get hit? I'm not trying to be aggressive to you guys.
That's fine. We're good. If you have questions, you can go ahead and ask them. Maybe we can help you here.
We'll be over there.
Who? Who?
So what draws you to this area? What's the problem?
There's no problem. Maybe just with the first dude that came out, kind of like he probably needs retrained a little bit.
Well, he's just trying to do his job. You know,
That's fine. There's a way you can do it though.
Yeah, there's a way to be a little nicer.
Yeah, so we're recording, right? This is America. This is public, right? Obviously, back there, we're not going to go back there, okay? So, freedom of the press, the First Amendment, it's not just freedom of speech, right? There's too much fake news BS going around nowadays. This is our news. We are the press. So we're just exercising our rights taken here. You know, if he doesn't know the First Amendment, maybe he just knows freedom of speech. There's five basic topics in the First Amendment alone.
Yeah.
So maybe, you know, we could learn that and understand, hey, you know what? This is my job over here behind this, because this is the property that I'm supposed to. These guys are outside of it on public. They're perfectly allowed to record.
You guys got no weapons or anything on you, right?
I don't answer questions.
All right.
And no, not to be mean or anything, but what's that say on there? Security? Yeah, you ain't a cop, so I wouldn't even answer your question to begin with.
Well, I'm not trying to.
I understand.
I know, but I'm not trying to be, you know, a rude or a dick, but you're just
yeah, another thing too, I understand you might want to be as safe as you can. However, we all have one arm here. For one, there's multiple of you on both sides of us. I think you're solid, man. You don't got nothing to worry about,
all
bro.
got guns. None of us do.
We're not being aggressive toward you. We're, you know,
Yeah.
trying to figure out what you're doing.
You're being fine. This guy, on the other hand, he came out really aggressive.
He's just trying to do his job.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
this
I
doing
understand.
the job and then there's being a hot.
Yeah, no, I understand it could be a new experience, but this could be great training for you going on in the future.
All right,
Just be like, hey, they're on public, man. I can't do nothing. They could record, freedom of the press. This is their right, even if you hate it, even if you're like, get the hell out of here. I don't like you record me and my duty or this place over here that I'm working at. But you know what? At the end of the day, this is America, and we are the press, we the people. So that's why we're out here, guys.
All right, so what's your kind of goal? Are you guys trying to
Just to
show
record,
these
is
pictures,
it?
the outside?
Okay, well,
I can't disclose that information because I haven't published the story yet. But
yeah, but I'm going to. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's for sure.
they got these pictures on, you know, Facebook. You can look it up. You can look up on Google Maps.
Exactly. There you go.
Google Maps.
There you
Exactly.
Go.
You
Really
answered that right there for him.
Yeah, we ain't going in. You don't got to worry about that. And then one more thing to add. So check this out. Let's say my truck's right here, okay? Let's just say it is. It has a dash cam on it. You know, that's one thing too. It would be taking pictures straight in, and that's not illegal. You know what I mean? So just take into fact, hey, we are Americans here. Let's work together. This is their First Amendment right. They're on public property. They're doing absolutely nothing wrong. You know, maybe just keep an eye on it at the most, but understand, dude, they got cameras. They're doing nothing wrong. Just go about your day, do your job. You know, if you act appropriate, you're going to look appropriate type thing on here. So that's it. It's only going to document, you know, I'm not going to make you guys look bad whatsoever.
So where are you guys from?
We don't like to answer questions like that. Certain ones we will, but like certain things to try to get our information, I'm just not a huge fan of. So we do like our Fourth Amendment as well. That's about it. I mean, do you have any more questions, anything? We're just going to be standing around, just recording. Obviously, we're not going to go inside.
We're not really answering a whole lot of questions. What can you tell me?
Well, I don't know. It depends. Shoot them out. I'm not going to answer all of them, but.
You know, say you were in my shoes and supervisor sent you here and you wanted to kind of get some information of what's going on so we can guarantee you're not going to be any sort of threat here.
That's fine.
What could you tell me?
Okay, so
how's it going, man?
How are you?
Okay. Cool.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good.
Stop practicing my First Amendment.
Okay.
And
so,
where are you guys from?
I don't answer personal questions, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, certain ones we won't answer,
Yep.
but you're welcome to ask certain things.
Yeah, you can answer. You can ask these questions on mine. Answer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mine,
I'm just talking to you. I'm just talking to you. You guys can. Yeah, I was talking. That's it. Just wondering what's going on.
We're just taking pictures in public. That's literally it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys been deer hunting?
No.
That time of year?
I've never been
Colin,
hunting
why'd
for
you hide
animals
that? I already got a
people,
picture of it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Colin Smith, everybody.
Good. Colin, well, it's kind of close. But...
Yeah, close enough. C. Smith.
Yeah.
C. Smith.
C. Smith. F. Swan.
Christopher.
Let's see. T. Hatfield, like Hatfield and McCoy. So we got,
yeah, man.
let's see.
First Amendment rights out here.
We got S man, N-A-N-N man. And then, is that Odekirk? Did I say that, Odekirk?
Until we commit a crime, but we don't do that.
I don't either.
Yeah, hey,
I don't like paying fines. I don't like giving
I don't. Right, me neither. Screw that.
You folks check on everybody that walks down this public access, or just folks with cameras?
Just when they kind of walk up here, they hang out and stuff. We just kind of
we hadn't hung out. We had just walked up.
Yep. You guys, we're doing the same thing. You guys are just seeing what's going on.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's understandable.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
however, there's one thing that I would love if you could help with. Do you have any problem with us being here, doing what we're doing?
As long as you guys aren't violating any, criminal laws or anything like that.
We won't. Nothing. Good to go, huh? So, do you understand, like under the First Amendment, freedom of press, why we
doing what I've been told to do?
Yeah,
all right, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just for being told there's no video supposed to be taken here at all.
Okay, I understand where you could be trained
inside there, though, right? That's inside.
We're being told, period.
Okay.
Okay.
This could be a great lesson for whoever told you.
Yeah, the DHS memo in 2018. Actually, there was a new one that came out in 2021. Says we can. So that's your Department of Homeland Security that says we can do this.
That's okay, but the thing of it is, I came out here and I asked you simple questions. You wouldn't.
No, you came out here hostile.
You haven't seen hostile yet.
Well, is that correct, man?
Hey,
no, you need to curb him. Is that correct?
Curb me? I haven't got my heartbeat going yet.
No.
Yeah.
We're done.
Don't escalate, brother.
Yeah. De-escalation here, not escalate.
Stop. I know what you guys doing. It's cool.
Okay, so you're informed, but he don't. And just so you know,
I got a question though.
You have no expectation of privacy in public.
Hey, why does he just have a phone?
None.
He doesn't get like a cool camera.
He has his phone's better than my phone.
Yeah, I got an old Samsung. It's barely.
Oh, get an S10 Plus on Amazon, dude. That's $200, and it's top tier camera. So I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I might get an iPhone.
I say I just go with Samsung. That's what I say. Yeah, man, that's all we're doing here. So, I wish, that one security would, didn't run away like that. But
no,
it is what it is. You can't please everyone or educate everyone.
I didn't mispronounce that right. It is Odekirk. Is that how it's pronounced?
That's correct.
I'm pretty good, huh? I had a hard last name too. I know how it is.
I'm a Department of the Army civilian police, so we act.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I think they used to have a lot of military, Army, police.
But you're no longer enlisted or officer.
No, I'm a civilian. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm employed by the Army as a civilian.
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay,
it's a pretty cool gig.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know
you're
we're
still
out here.
government contracted, right?
No, I'm actually Army civilian employee.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew.
So
if
you guys ever been in the military or anything?
Yeah.
If you go like Fort Leonard Wood or something like that, they got
them out there.
Yeah, they have Army civilian police. They have some
Carson
military
has them too. They have them down there.
Well, a lot of people don't know we're out here. We're kind of a small little installation.
I just found out the property's 19,000 acres.
Pretty big, isn't it?
That's insane.
19,000 acres. That's
pretty.
That's pretty expansive.
Pretty big chunk.
Wow. All right, you guys see all these units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow.
But yeah, we're gonna be out here.
You know why we're curious what you're doing.
I don't know what.
Yeah, just taking pictures, man. That's it.
I don't think.
Just doing what the First Amendment says we can do. Just doing what the Department of Homeland Security says we can do.
Just
I just want our rights to be stood up for and protected, not stifled whatsoever.
Yep.
I want zero feelings to enforce.
Just do something for me though. Just for one, of course, don't we do anything criminal?
Absolutely.
Sounds like you guys.
We have no ill will. We ain't gonna trespass. Nothing like that. We're just gonna take some pictures and do our thing.
You gotta understand why we have come check out who you are.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I can understand the way you guys came up. Yeah, awesome job. Cool. But the way he came up, no, dude.
You don't have to answer questions. But no, that's fine. I can understand why you guys would be like, "What are they doing?"
I just want the traffic flowing in out here. Please don't disrupt the traffic or anything like that. I can't really speak on behalf of.
I've made it into my 40s so far, I'm not getting hit. We'll see.
No, we won't. You literally have nothing to worry about us unless if one of them's really bad and like doing bad things, and we might catch it on camera. But if you're doing the right thing, nothing to worry about. You're only going to look good if you act good.
Exactly.
I get it. I
only look bad if you act bad.
I get it.
Yeah. that's about it, man.
All right,
so, I mean, we'll continue. I don't know if you have anything else to say, or if you want to huddle and be like, dude, they're good to go. Just let them do their thing, relax, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we might hang out here.
I mean, if you want to,
we're gonna walk around.
I mean,
too,
yeah,
so.
we're gonna be walking. So,
I mean, if you guys want to tag along,
that's up to
it could be a long walk.
Well, it's good for you, though.
Yeah.
It is. You're right. You're right.
Yep.
Alrighty.
We do a lot of it, that's for sure.
On October 20th, 2021, at the Iowa Ammunition Manufacturing Plant in Middletown, Iowa, an incident occurred involving the ignorance of 7 security officers regarding the right to record in public. The act of the auditor from the Illinois Tyrant News and Accountability Channel taking photos and recording videos is a legal right protected by the First Amendment. Privacy in public cannot be demanded, and recording here is legal as long as it does not cause harm. While one of the 7 security officers was aware of the public recording laws, there is still much work to be done in educating law enforcement. Press credentials are not a requirement when recording in public. This right applies to everyone, not just journalists. However, sensitive areas may require identification, but there is no federal law that mandates this. We need to be aware that public recording is legal, but filming in sensitive areas such as checkpoints may violate federal regulations. Threatening arrest for refusing to provide identification during a legal activity is a violation of the First and Fourth Amendments.
Oh yeah, so guys, it's it looks like people are starting to nod off. We're down to about 59 viewers, so that tells me it's time for us to circle wagons and put up a defensive perimeter until the next show. So does anybody have any questions for me? And by the way, guys, make sure to go and like and subscribe to Delete Laws, Chili DeCastro's channel as well. He's been doing some really great fire coverage. So my plan for tomorrow night is to have, or tomorrow afternoon, depending on either evening or night, is to have Alan Beck come on, and we're going to do a little show about who can these people sue for these fires in California. You're going to be pretty shocked at how few rights you have when it comes to suing a completely inept, negligent government like this communist-run state of California. So we're going to have a good time talking about that. But I want to thank everyone for showing up tonight. Let me see here. Tonight we picked up about, we got about 12,000 views. Not bad for a Saturday, you know, a later show. Typically I get a lot more views, people watching in the afternoon time, but I was just too tired, guys. Had to get some rest, had to get some R&R, get squared away. Thank you, F, for showing up and being so supportive of the channel, brother. That means a lot to me. Thank you guys for all the super chats and membership purchases. That definitely goes a long way to get my wife to say, hey, Mike, get out there and do some more YouTubes. What's the matter, you? Thank you again for all your support. Thank you, Diana Sharp. Stay sharp out there, Diana. Chris Hughes. Yeah, make sure to subscribe over at Delete Laws for sure. And anybody who's got a link to Chili's trifold, drop it down there. Make sure to buy as many trifolds as you can because they're really helpful when you get pulled over. I have some cop cards in my wallet, and I kind of created my own trifold that's more specific to my state, where I have case law that's 100% on point for where I live. But I think that it's a terrific deal, and it's a really educational too to know. Holy shit! Like I don't have to answer these questions because they're so authoritative when they come out and demand that you do things. And so Chili does a really good job at explaining. No, and don't be freaking talking and volunteering information, guys. Rely on your Fifth Amendment. That's what you got to do. What they're trying to do is get you to say stuff so that can continue an investigation, so they can put you in torture cuffs, throw you in their cruiser, take you down to the dungeon, and take your money. That's their primary job, is to get your money, to separate you from your cash. That's what it's all about, guys. So F, thank you again. Lynn Davidson, James Forbes, as usual. I really love your support, brother. Danelle Brown, Age Go. And by the way, guys, next week I'm going to do a breakdown of Reluctant Prophet's construction site videos. He released all the construction site videos of these dudes showing up at like freaking 4 a.m. And it's literally showing you how close the construction work is to his front driveway. And they're flashing lights into his house and, you know, dirt and trash, and they treat him like shit. He goes out there and goes, what are you guys doing here? The local ordinance says you can't be here till 6 a.m. You're making all this noise, causing all this trouble. And they treat him like he's like, oh, F you, dude. So it's really interesting. We're going to break that down. We're going to talk about the different types of lawsuits that he would have in California or Texas, because I'm not freaking licensed in Arizona, but I'm trying to get a local Arizona attorney to come on with me so we can, you know, so at least I don't get accused of practicing law in Arizona, right? Because the idea is I just want to educate you on general legal principles as a property owner when someone is committing a nuisance against your land or a trespass. Let's see here. Ant Passano, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Gloria Ad, again, for supporting the channel. Cops are 5150. So happy to have you here, man. So many people I want to thank, but I am tired now. I'm burned out. So, guys, thank you for joining my channel tonight. Let me see here. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to double tap before you go. Make sure to double tap that screen so we get as many likes as we can. But most important, make sure to save. Save the video for later viewing. That is one of the biggest things to trick the algorithm on YouTube to show that you like my stuff. Probably the single most important thing you can do to support my channel, besides buying a copy of my book, right, or giving me buying some memberships, is to save for later viewing. Save this video for later viewing. It's almost 3 hours, and you can listen to this when you're on a long haul if you're a trucker, which a lot of my audience is, and get some education, man, because I'm always throwing out nuggets of education to try to help people. I got 20 years experience as a lawyer. I'm licensed in California and Texas, and I'm in the process of applying to Arizona to get motioned in so I can also practice law in Arizona. I love you guys. So make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. Semper Fi, do or die. Era.